One, two, one, two, one, one, one. Get this volume right here. Yeah, here we go. Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome, Sunday Night Smoke podcast. Here we go. See what we got in the building. As usual, T Roney in the house. What up, T? What's good? How are
How
you?
you doing? Happy Sunday.
Chilling, chilling, chilling. You want to turn your volume up a little bit?
How
Maybe a
does
little bit.
how does sound? Sound good? Am I getting
Sound all right. You can bump it up a little bit, maybe.
okay? Let me bump
Maybe
it
it's
up
just me.
in
Hold
the
on,
meeting.
maybe it's me. I think you good. I think you good, money. How you doing? Everything good? Everything good?
Yes. How are you?
Chilling like a villain. You know
Yeah.
what we do. Thanks for joining us. Restart child in this joint. Know what I mean? Star child in the house. What's good? How you
Hot
doing? Got the ladies in the
We don't get
joint.
the sound of
Yes.
Oh
So
yeah, we
what
got.
up though?
Oh
How
no,
y'all feel?
what?
How y'all
there we
be?
go. There we go.
My bad. I'm kind of late on the draw. A little rusty and shit.
That's all good.
It's all
Sun.
good.
Chilling with the ladies tonight. You know what I mean? This your boy, Big Smoke. We here, man. This is what we do. Sunday Night Smoke podcast. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So this is what we do. Thanks for joining us once again. We're gonna always throw the disclaimers up like you know what I'm saying? We got warning because opinions are ahead. And we got fair use because everything we use is fair.
Yeah, it's a must.
It's a
Yes.
must. You know what I'm saying? And for those that are tuning at home, watching on the big screen, it's
Safety
Night
first.
Smoke TV.
Yes. You
Oh,
smoke
safety first.
definitely needs safety.
Safety first. Safety first. Yo, replace the batteries of your smoke alarms, people out there. You know what I'm saying? So let's rock and roll. What we got in the bag today? Let's see. First, let's get this right. In the bag today, this is a hot one. Today we got
Uh-oh.
pros and cons. Okay. This is Frosty and Bird Chest Boys with Guns. Okay.
Okay,
That's right.
prosties as in what is a
Yeah,
prosty?
yeah, Frosties. You know what a Frosty is. You see what they're doing. They're counting money. Bunch of
Uh
girls counting money that you may not see.
oh, okay. Like a pro. Okay, got it. Sorry.
Yeah, and then I'm giving you the cons. Next day, you got some young boys that didn't want to show their grill like that, but they're holding
Oh
firearms,
Lord
little
Jesus.
pistols. You know what I'm saying? So
Bird
we're gonna
chest boys with guns.
bird
Oh,
chest boys with guns. You
got
see,
it.
he even got a belt. You see my man right here on the
Are there
phone.
any pros here?
On the, he got a belt. You know what I'm saying? He got a belt and is still swinging way below. Like that'd be so crazy.
What
So
is the positives here, Smoke? I'm confused.
there are none.
Okay.
That's what we're
I,
gonna
I was like, I'm confused. Like, what if
we're
There's a
gonna
pro
kill
somewhere.
into yeah, pros. The pros are the frosties and the cons are the
well
bird chest
I
boys
mean
with
I get it, but how do you
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Go ahead.
okay, got it.
We
pros
intros.
are the frosties. The cons are the bird chest boys with guns. So let's
I've
jump
never
into
heard them
it.
called prosties before. Okay, that's a new one.
Well, you know, it's YouTube. We got to keep it friendly here. So let's jam
Understood.
that.
Understood.
So first, let's just talk about it, man.
Yes.
Our culture is trash. I always call this shit out. It is what it is. I'm neither here nor there with it. But we'll just talk about just like we're gonna cover both sides, of course. The prosties and then the bird chest boys with pistols. So I don't know where to start, man. I always like to go ladies first, but this time we're gonna cover the bird chest boys with pistols. Okay.
Mm.
So right now we in society, a lot of the youth are misguided more than ever. You see young men on the street brandishing firearms and things of that nature on social media and on the internet. And it's real out there in them streets, man. These little dudes, man, they can't fight. They just got a little pistol.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These dudes got the little pistol. They pull a pistol out. Like in this instance, like the pistol looked like it weighed more than him. If this is if this is 4 pounds, he weighs about 3.5. Oh, okay. Facts. Young these niggas is light in the ass, man. You mush these niggas and they fall. But that's another story. So let's talk about this, man. Spring break. Okay.
Mhm.
Spring break. Seems like apparently yesterday there was another incident with Bird Chest Boys with Guns. Okay, of
Yeah.
course, wherever you get a bunch of folks together, you know what I'm saying? They gotta stink up the joint. Somebody gotta shoot the shooting. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna peel into this for a second. Let me set this up right here. We're gonna watch a quick news clip on this because this was kind of crazy, man. Like these dudes is just doing too much, man. Little bird chest motherfuckers doing their thing, stinking up the joint. And you know what even be more crazy? To keep it a band, I'm gonna get. You know what? Hold on. Let me slow down. I don't want to spill too much. Let me walk y'all through this real slow. Okay, so we're gonna present this. I'm gonna mute myself real quick. We're gonna check this news article. It's 3 minutes, and then we're gonna jump into this. Okay,
Mhm.
we're gonna do like this. Let me mute my jump. Here's your boy's mute button. That
sound of bullets. All right, Brendan, thank you. And breaking overnight, the sound of bullets sending crowds into panic on South Beach. Many people were enjoying a night on the town during St. Patrick's Day and spring break celebrations last night.
2 people were shot during all the chaos. One of the victims did not survive. Local 10's Trent Kelly standing by live in Miami Beach with the latest on this case. Trent.
Yeah, Andrew and Sinella, that deadly shooting happened just a couple blocks away from here overnight. As you mentioned, one man now dead, the other waking up in the hospital this morning. All of it happening right here along the busy Ocean Drive corridor, an area that was packed full of people last night. They were here to celebrate spring break, here to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but now police are trying to figure out who exactly pulled the trigger and why. Police flooding the streets of South Beach after a double shooting left one man dead and sent another to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The deadly scene happening near Ocean Drive and 7th Street, steps away from the Majestic Hotel, where dozens of diners were eating along the sidewalk. According to investigators, police ran towards the area after hearing the gunshots around 10:40 last night. When they arrived, officers found 2 men who had been shot. Both rushed to Ryder Trauma in Miami, where one later died, the other now said to be in critical condition. South Beach already packed with spring breakers and St. Patrick's Day revelers, the scene causing large crowds to start running, some dropping everything as they ran to find safety. Officers eventually detaining one man at the scene while also recovering 3 different guns. So far, it's not clear if any were used in that shooting. And that scene did end up clearing just a few hours later. So far, though, the names of those 2 victims have not been released by investigators. We have also reached out to Miami Beach Police today to find out if that man that was detained last night has formally been arrested. As soon as we get answers to those questions, we will let you know. For now, that is the latest live from Miami Beach this morning. I'm Trent Kelly, Local 10 News.
Trent, we'll
Can't have fun no more.
Just can't.
You can enjoy yourself. They were just sitting. They probably were having
They
a
was
party.
eating, they was drinking, they was minding their business.
Jesus. Here we go again.
Mm.
Time for the opinions to kick in. Tony D, what's good, man? Salute,
Hi,
partner. How you
Another
doing?
one.
Good?
Another.
Tony D in the building, y'all.
Just waking up, sorry.
All good, my dude. All good, all good. That's the beauty of the not everyone being in the studio for in one place, right? Salute to that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can just wake up, you know what I'm saying? Refresh and just jump on the joint. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta travel nowhere. So Tony D in the building, y'all. We're talking today. We're talking pros and cons, prosties, and bird chest boys with guns. Okay. So we just had the first example of bird chest boys with guns stinking up the joint, shooting up the joint, spring break. Before we really roll into this officially, let me get first dibs at this for 2 seconds. Let's lay the groundwork. Spring break. Okay. We have Miami setting, Nice weather. The beach is nice. Ladies everywhere looking good. And here come these little bird chest niggas with the guns coming out with their bullshit, stinking up the joint, right? No one damn now. These are not in this photo here, this thumbnail. These are not the perpetrators of this particular crime, but this is just representing a stereotypical little bird chest boy with a gun. Okay. Do these dudes look like they go to college? That they should be at spring break? Because when it comes to spring break, in the spring break events, do you know this 99.999% of those people actually don't go to college?
He's there for party.
It just be some niggas driving across the state line just to hang out.
Usually you need that time during spring break to catch up.
Yeah, depending on if you was partying all year round. But see, these niggas, they ain't in college, so they're not partying all year round. You see, they're not even in college. They're not in school. They actually probably dropped out of school earlier. And I'm not gonna just judge a book by the cover. But if you see the belt, if you don't know how to apply a belt to your waist properly, you got somewhere along the line there was been a disconnect. See, if you don't see on the left, he doesn't have a belt, so he has an excuse. But when you have the belt, because you know them cheap cargo shorts all come with a belt nowadays. Like if you live in the inner city and you go into the stores, the cheap cargo shorts come with a belt. So he has a belt already in the cargo shorts, but he decided to just let it rock anyway. But that's a whole nother thing. I just wanted to throw a little shade before we jump off. Go ahead, ladies, you can get it. I don't mean literally. I mean you can get the floor, ladies, as in, you know, as far as your thoughts on this spring break violence. You're shooting up the joint. Could you go somewhere without it getting crazy? Are you really, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Can I ask that whoever is watching this now or in the future, if you're a lady, can you put in the comments how you can be a woman to a guy who has his pants like this? I really need to know what the attraction is. Like how you want to
easy access to the junk.
Explain it.
I mean, because maybe there's something we're missing.
Easy access to the junk. The flies right there.
If I'm going to Home Depot, if I'm going to the grocery store, Stop and Shop, you mean that's? Am I walking? Are you walking arm in arm with this dude like this? If you are, please put in the comments why this is okay for you. Because I really am lost. I can't walk hand in hand with. I wouldn't even walk hand in hand with a baby whose pants is halfway down.
What would you do to the baby? You would fix the baby's pants, right?
Right. Person that you're, or even if your son, because you have a child, star child, you expressed before, your son would walk. Would you? I mean, I know your son wouldn't do it.
You don't walk, you waddle when you think like that. You waddle because you got to spread your legs to keep the pants up. So you waddle like a penguin.
Because I've seen parents with or older women. I don't know if they're their parents, auntie, uncle, whoever they are with, but people who are escorting. So these kids are not like out there by themselves walking around. Sometimes I see them with a girl, or sometimes I see them with like an. How do you do that? How do you? Please put that in the comments because I need to know. You need to educate me.
Because their mama could still be thotting, though. Like if their moms are still thotting,
okay,
it's all right for a little man to thot.
That's true.
Or if their pops is still thugging, it's all good for them to thug. You understand what I'm saying?
Like I see them in T-Mobile, and they're like, "Why are you dressed like that in T-Mobile? Like, how do you? This is regular? I don't know. I don't know how this."
In T-Mobile shit. Little bird chest boys with guns need cell phones too, don't they? T-Mobile, no shirt, no belt, no service.
And you got it.
It's a.
You know what I mean? What we doing here? What happens?
Okay. I have several different points I need to hit, but I need to stay focused because there's so much to address here. Seeing as how I have lived in, and I am from a major urban center, and I've seen the change into this, but I've also lived. I've seen the aesthetic change from low cut Caesars with 360s into nappy heads with their pants below, looking like this. I've seen it change, and I've also lived in other places, Atlanta, Dallas. It's crazy to me because, for one, it's not safe. And I had to explain this to a young man. I said, first of all, it's not safe. There's a reason why you wear belts and why pants have buckles and why there's a thing to protect your fly. Your genitals are wide open, son. You have boxers on, for one. You're not protected. Like, you have to.
I can
You know what I'm saying?
And then
You know what I'm saying?
You couldn't even chase me because you're tripped.
And even if you have to run for your own safety, you can't run, you can't fight, you can't defend yourself, you can't do anything. You are a sitting duck, literally, for anybody to do anything to you. Second of all,
why they got the little guns.
Okay. Second of all, I don't know when the aesthetic changed from looking healthy to looking like you've been doing cocaine for 3 months. I don't understand that. It's not cute. It's not attractive. But
Lil
that's
Wayne
not
put that in style back in the days. I think Lil Wayne.
But Lil Wayne is also a drug addict. You're just proving
right.
my point.
Well, so with them, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's a cultural thing.
So
like
but the thing is that the Bird Chest Boys with Gunz. It's a cultural thing. Even after they've been told many times that it's a jail thing, that it's a sexual thing, they still don't care. They don't care about that. And I don't even think it's a point of now about the parents being thoughts or that the parents. I think a lot of the grandparents and the parents are now afraid of their own children.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yes, because they thugging it.
And because you haven't established who the alpha is in your house from early. There's no structure. There's no discipline. So by 12, 13, they done turned into this. Now you scared of them. Now you can't and you won't do anything with them. And all they're listening to is each other and this shitty ass music. These kids are listening to shitty ass music that's teaching them how to be drug takers instead of drug dealers. It's a whole different mentality. You got pills and automobiles. Maybe Ice Cube wasn't the best teacher, but give the rules to the game and I'll give you 2. You know what I'm saying? Don't get high off your own supply. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube taught us to be a drug dealer, dope man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that's a good way to live, but it's better than
Eazy-E, not Ice Cube. Ice Cube was a good boy.
Well, it was whatever. Them niggas, whatever. Well, yeah, Eazy-E was the really. Well, I don't know. Who knows? I'm not gonna say who did what. Allegedly,
Ice Cube was not a good boy. Talking about rules to the game. If you want to qualify, don't get high off your own supply. Come on. He told us the game. He explained to us the girls in the neighborhood, the prosties. There's another girl in the dope man's life, not quite a bitch in, far from a wife. She's called a strawberry in. Everybody knows the strawberry. Strawberry is the name in the neighborhood. Oh, he gave us the rules. But these kids is getting pills and automobiles and doing the perky dance and talking about you're not going to treat me like an ibuprofen when I know I'm a perk 30. Why do you even know what a perk 30 is?
The pill culture is crazy. Yeah, because see now look like there's been a huge turnover. It went from popping bottles to popping pills.
Talking about doing a perky dance. Do they know that perky dance can kill you?
You gonna learn today. Just saying, if you don't.
They got songs talking about all she want to do is pop a perk and let me beat it. Girl,
these songs are that's all they are. The rap songs is ridiculous. Not all of them, but there's a huge percentage of them. So, and you're representing the culture because that's what the songs get played. It is. They're all about taking a pill and beating it. And I'm not even talking about I'm a work it or whatever.
No, beat it.
They're not even having sex. They just going in, bam, 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 bam. And then they out.
It sounds like sexual assault to me.
They're not making love. Yeah,
you don't have to make love. They're not even having good sex. Because if you're talking about all you're doing is beating it all the time, and you go on to the next girl, and then you don't pop a molly, and she does too, and you beat it, and then what are you beating? What is this? Why is that term? That term is cute, maybe in one song, but not all the songs and over again. Are you kidding me?
It's terrible. It's terrible. And then I had to ask one of my nieces.
We gotta blame Mike with the beat it. You know what I'm saying?
No, he wasn't taught that. No. I had to, because now you're lowering the young lady's expectations of what sex is supposed to be like or feel like. They don't have any respect for their bodies. They don't even understand that it's not supposed to be beat up on. Like, your pelvic floor is there for a reason, little mama. You need that motherfucker for real. And if you let dudes just beat it out the frame, it's going to collapse. And let me tell you something. You don't want that. That's not supposed to happen to you until you have a baby. And it shouldn't happen then.
It is not healthy for you to get beaten up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have any. They don't look. They don't even, like, I had to ask one of my nieces. It's gotten so bad. So this is real talk. They don't even know what missionary position is. They think sex from the back is just what? Excuse me. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's called the quick out.
But I'm saying they don't even understand that you're supposed to be face to face to have sex anymore.
Yeah.
Well, it depends because you know what it is. You're not supposed to Well, man.
I'm just saying, but do you hear what I'm saying? No, they've lowered the expectations so low. Yeah. They've lowered the expectations so low that they don't even understand. Do you understand? Like, they don't even want eye contact anymore.
I got to keep it fun. I don't know. But
it's a lowering. So these bird chest boys with guns are even more dangerous. Now it's a thing about, now it's all this transactional, and they got these guns, and everything is about beating. And now they all high and they all drugged out. It's complete chaos and lunacy out here.
Facts.
And it's not cute. And these bird chest boys with guns are dangerous because a lot of them are high. A lot of them are under the influence. A lot of them are not functioning in a sober state, even with this superpower weed they smoking these days, bruh.
That's another conversation I want to have, because I'm like, what is all this? It's grown in it all this strains and stuff. This stuff ain't organic.
What the fuck is a white runt? What the fuck is that? What is Gorilla Glue?
It probably what they do is they're doing, like, you're making different strains.
Just make it organic. When you do a man-made,
however that works, I guess. I don't know.
Now it's not organic. It's not the natural strain anymore. You got all these different type of strains.
Hybrid.
And why are you smoking anything called Gorilla Glue anyway? Why would you want to smoke that?
They got all kind of names.
I wouldn't smoke it. I would just use it. You could probably be cheaper to sniff that motherfucker, actually.
But there's a strain called Gorilla Glue. Like, why are you smoking something called Gorilla Glue? And what the fuck is a white runt? Like, why are we smoking? Why are we?
I don't know, but shit, some of my best friends are white. It's a short
you see what I'm saying?
White runts.
White runts.
It's called white runts, and I guess it's supposed to. It's some
tastes like white boy.
I don't know what it is. It's some kind of weed. Gorilla. I told you something called Gorilla Glue. Why are you smoking anything called Gorilla Glue anyway?
I can't believe it. Isn't that a trademark? You can't be calling a weed Gorilla Glue. What kind of foolishness is this?
You know what I'm saying? And now they putting it in candy packs. Look, I'm thinking I'm picking up some Nerds gummy clusters. The lady said, "Nah, that's the edibles. You need to be over it." You know what? You're trying to kill people out here.
Well, the edible. Let's see.
Yes.
Edible is legal in a lot of places, just like.
Well, it is, but the point is, I'm just trying to tell you what happened to me. I'm thinking I'm picking up some Nerds. And it's the edible pack. She had to tell me, no, that's not what you want. It's over. Label these things before you kill people out here. Like,
the thing is, because it's made to attract the children, because these are only in certain neighborhoods, obviously, and it's made to attract the children. So anybody, if you got your kids getting stuff out the bodega,
be careful.
You got a regular bodega, and then you got the hot bodega. You know what I mean? Shit. If you got your kids getting chips and little snacks and shit before school in the hot bodega, let them grab that wrong pack of gummies.
So I will say,
from if your kids sleeping in class all the time or bouncing off the walls, one or the other.
So I will say from knowledge that there is a ongoing effort for legal stuff, especially legal because it really did. It didn't start with the strains of weed, but it did start with the vapors, the vapes, tobacco vapes.
Yes.
And coming into these flavors and these colors and the designs, even though they are like supposed to be for 21 and older, who are you attracting, right? Like you said, it's nerds. Why, the nerds is not it's not going to attract. It's definitely going to attract younger smokers. So there is an ongoing effort to try to minimize this, even though they are legal. The marketing approach has been
It's bad. It's very bad.
Yes.
Well, I think Big Tobacco forced their hand on the government and it made them shut down the vapor craze, because the vapor craze was about to take off maybe the summer or so before COVID. Oops, can you say that word? Fuck it, already did. Whatever, nigga. Anyway, it was supposed to pop off before then. This shit started getting hot. And then, anytime there's competition, a cigarette. So if you're using the vapor, you're not using the cigarette. So they like, oh, hold the fuck up, we losing money here. And since pharmaceutical and big pharma and tobacco are hand in hand, and they have big pull in this big country, and they was like, yeah, man, we're gonna start a smear campaign. We're gonna do everything we can to shut the vapor down because it's hitting our bottom line. So when you start losing big money, you're like, wait, who's our competitor? Vapor? Hey, man, you better do something about this vapor shit. So I guess Philip Morris and them stepped in and said, shut that shit down. We're not gonna reach y'all on the back end.
The vape craze actually started in 2010.
Well, I mean, that's when you started seeing it, like, it started getting more popular. But I meant more like the higher, because remember, like later on they started having, like, you could get nicotine doses at an astronomical rate and all that stuff. I'm not sure when they introduced the vape, but it really gained popularity. I guess, well, whenever the hell it gained popularity, who knows? Who cares? 2010, we'll market as 2010 then, damn it. But yeah, but Big Tobacco losing a lot of money, and they just was like, nah, we got to shut that down. So but it was definitely colorful and all of that stuff. They were definitely in every store, every little corner store, they were selling them shits on the street. Like they had the little pop-up stand.
Well, they're not as popular anymore because now you can
banned it.
You can get treats.
It's banned now, but I'm saying
they're not banned.
Everything became legal. They banned. Well, I know every state has different what's the names, but in New York they banned the flavored nicotine vape. Like they used to have the little disposable what's the names and all that. So that's bad. They can't even do that no more. That died a while back. But then you have the cartridge vapors. You have different stuff that's still selling, but they kind of banned a portion of that stuff, shall I say.
But why would I buy flavored nicotine when I can buy? I'm not gonna waste my money. I might as well buy trees.
Well, no, because what if you don't smoke trees? Then you smoke nicotine, so you go for the flavored nicotine. What if you got to take a piss test for work? You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing. I quit smoking. I quit smoking nicotine, and I would much rather eat edible.
But if you can't, I'm saying if you can't consume the edible or smoke the flower or the you know what I mean, that's an alternative. So it became popular actually because you have a contingency of people that smoke, and then you have the people that don't. So it's like, shit, give me the flavored. You got strawberry and all that other shit.
Yeah,
they don't got white. They didn't have white runts or Gorilla Glue in the nicotine. They didn't have the white runts or Gorilla Glue in those little nicotine flavored joints, but they had like the basics like berry, cherry.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Tony D's face when you said white runts and Gorilla Glue.
Because Tony D's got the vape popping. You know what I mean?
What you smoke? What do you smoke? What's your strain name?
Before Tony D, wait. Before that, you can come in at the vapor section of the conversation.
Okay, sorry.
Or the Frosties and Bird Chest boys with guns.
I'm sorry.
We ain't even got to the Frosties yet.
We didn't even get to the Frosties yet. We'll spin back. But you can let us know about the vapor first. Then we'll talk about Bird Chest boys with guns. Get them.
Come on, me?
Yeah, you've been here for a minute.
All I do is regular vape juice. I don't do the CBD, THC, the Delta Omega 8. Alpha, Beta, California. I don't know. I don't do none of that mess.
Nicotine or no?
Yeah, 6 milligrams of nicotine. Most of your cigarettes got at least 18 milligrams, so I keep mine low. When you do vaping, you're trying to get your nicotine fixed without smoking cigarettes. And the secondhand smoke, most people have a problem with. It's not bothering you; it's just water vapor.
Don't fuck with me. You want to secondhand
Yeah,
smoke.
that's my PSA for vapes. As far as these prostitutes and bird chest boys, nobody's going to trust these bird chest boys in the streets because y'all catching a bad rep. Even those of you who ain't doing nothing,
Thinking up the
look
joint.
like you're a problem. A bunch of you together is a problem, and you're going to get side out on purpose because of people out here acting like this shit right here. Spring breakers, bike weeks, freaks, concerts, all of that. But people want to walk around with this shirt off and drawers hanging out and pants that's around their ankles, and you're trying to walk down the street. That's on y'all.
You can do that.
Even when we were knuckleheads back in the day, we at least had our belt on. Matter of fact, the reason half of y'all going to jail is because you can't outrun no damn body.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We was young, we was crazy, we was reckless, but when the cops came, we all ran away, even the big folks. Right. I know big boys, overweight people, slew-footed, not kneed, pigeon-toed that got outrun cops. I don't know what the hell these little young knuckleheads doing now. And I'm being honest. I'm being honest. We ran. Roaches. Y'all be like, whoop, whoop. Yo, who that?
Penguins.
Man, I ain't doing this.
They high, filled up.
Yeah, and it kills me because now when the cops come, they don't run. They want to go to jail on purpose.
Oh, they do.
I can't relate. I'm old.
That's a stripe in the hood. That's
a rite of passage.
Yeah.
It's a rite of passage.
Ain't nothing cool about going to jail.
A wrong of passage.
I mean, 10, 12 years ago, I was still knowing kids who been locked up. I'm like, but it is what it is. Really? All right. Y'all, as long as y'all good, I can't say nothing. If y'all survive and y'all make it and the money's coming good, I can't knock it. It just wasn't us. I'm old. I can't do this with these young cats.
No.
We can walk around with our shirt off and be out of shape. We good. Y'all walk around with your shirt off, no belt, boxers.
He got a belt on too. But even if you got a belt,
remember we talked about that before. You got belts on with that. How you got a belt on? You still sagging?
You ignore the belt. That's just a fashion.
What you holding up?
I don't use a holster. Actually, you use that as a holster. If you were a little bird chest boy with a pistol, right? You would use that as a holster. So the pants are actually the pistol holder. Yep. The underwear of the actual service, the actual pants. But what I'm concerned with is this, right? Mm-hmm. Little niggas in public. All right. So you got your little bird chest boy with a gun. His gun is in his pants, which represents the holster. The pants are too low, right? You see this one right here on the right? He can't reach that far down to get the pistol. Like he can't access it in need of immediate emergency because the pants are too low. So if the pistol is in your pocket, that's damn near at your kneecap. You understand what I'm saying? Opposed to on your waistline. So that's one thing. Number two, if you in a store and these little niggas fart, it's one less barrier between the fart escaping into the fucking public.
Whoa.
And staying contained in your pants. What are we doing with this? Y'all stinky ass little niggas, man. No, your ass stink. Put on the shirt, no deodorant, man. You talking crazy. If you talking crazy, you don't see nothing white under their arms, you know they stink. They ain't got no deodorant. Some shit roll on clear, but the ladies usually use that. These little niggas is stinky. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
The fact that what you just said about not about the fart, but
yeah, that's real.
That is real. I didn't even think about that. Kudos to you on that one. When you reach when they reach in for their gun and they can't reach it, that's why you got casualties. Because once they reach for it and they grab it, the person they aiming for probably out of sight, and they just shooting in the air. They just shooting.
Yeah, that too. Oh, they got shot reaching for it because it's by the time they get it and the pants keep falling, that shit is in their ankles and they get shot in the ass. Imagine you reaching for your shit and your pants keep falling, and your pants are around your ankles, and you just bent over trying to get your shit out your body. Oh man, these niggas is crazy.
Well, back in our days,
This
the
is
guys, the style was baggy, and our parents
Yeah.
can understand the baggy concept, right? And for some reason, it didn't even last that long, but
It didn't.
for some reason, for a year or two, the baggier the better. Like people, you would see dudes with just like super baggy pants, right? And
Proper
girls who thought they were one of the guys will be
Yes, we
wearing
did.
super baggy pants. So
Yes,
that
we did.
was that. I mean, this is lasting way. This trend is lasting way longer than I thought, because I didn't think it was gonna last this long. It's still, it kind of died and then it came back.
But what happens is the this is also continuing with the
Drug
degeneration
use.
of society. You understand what
Drug
I'm saying?
use.
Things aren't getting better, things are getting worse. So whether you're
Drug
just
use.
druggies or not, it's just a culture. These
Yeah.
guys may not even be druggies at all, but they're just playing the
Shit.
part. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the
Mhm.
problem. That's the problem about it. Like some of them are not even that life. Like it's not really them. But remember, it's cool. This is the thing now. So if you a little high school nigga or whatever, then you got, what messed me up is if you 40, don't do this. Okay.
Oh Lord.
If
If
you
you're
40,
40 and you
don't,
doing
if you 40,
They
don't
are.
do
They are.
this.
They
I
are.
know I've seen them. I'm telling them, listen,
I
I'm
know
telling
I
them
see it,
stop.
but it's like
Listen,
if
I'm
you're
telling them
40
stop.
plus doing this, what is wrong with you, sir?
I'm telling them stop and stop buying Jordans too. 'Cause just keep one pair. Just one pair at max. Don't have
Thank
a whole
you.
collection and go and
Smoke.
have it's all
Ace
spread out.
World. Ace
That's
World. Cut it
crazy.
out. Cut it out.
That's the real. He's right though. He's right.
Them streets. Stop.
They still
Buy a
spending
pair of loafers.
$200,000 on
Buy
Jordans.
your ass some damn cotton khakis for the summertime. You know, they come in dark blue, beige.
I'm not buying no
That's
khakis.
the minimum. And you don't even gotta get
You're
the
not buying
bleeded ones. You can get the straight leg joints for y'all little skinny jean wearing ass niggas. You get
Okay,
the straight leg joints.
I'm a little fly. You know, I like to see
loafers, man.
yeah,
Hard
some
bottom.
loafers. I like to see a dude. I like to see an older dude in loafers. You know what I'm saying? Like in a very conservative, you know, casual, but a little fly, a little linen shirt. You know, some
little
nice,
3-button polo
you know,
golf
a nice little linen shirt, maybe a polo and a nice little, you know, a salmon or a lime green. You know what I'm saying? A lavender. You know what I'm saying? Do a little thing. You know what I mean? Some
Yeah,
color. It's
you 40,
summertime.
man. Yeah, don't be like those little bird chest boys with guns.
Tony
I mean, you
D,
could
I
have
see you
been them,
looking,
but
but
you gotta
but a man
graduate.
that can wear
You
pastels,
gotta
but a man
graduate.
that can wear pastels, it's a nice look in the summertime.
Yeah, the summertime. That's what I mean by like the khaki.
Now I gotta go back to
little pair of
the 80s. In the summertime, it's t-shirts and jeans. I'm not
Okay,
a
that's
khaki.
cool.
And I said,
Sure. Yeah, white tees all day. Summertime be tees
yeah,
and
we're
board
gonna have our
shorts. I hear
t-shirts.
you, son.
We're
I
gonna
ain't
wear
mad.
jean shorts, cargo
Yeah,
pants if we got them.
that works.
We talking
That
evening,
works.
you know, evening wear. Like if
Yeah,
you
and
just
the
like
khakis.
chilling with, you know what I mean? If you
The
was
khakis threw me off because
you
khakis was prep boy. If
know what I
you were
mean?
from our generation, khakis was prep boys. You was going Ivy League.
Right.
But
Yeah.
they're all changed now. You know, you gotta, you know.
Shit, I wouldn't do that. I'm jeans, shorts, sneakers, and
I ain't
socks.
mad.
But if you
They still make
going
jean
out
shorts.
at nighttime and you got on a nice linen shirt, some
Yeah.
nice soft
Yeah.
shorts, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Nice
Some
soft shorts.
Okay, ladies.
Well-
So sorry. Then how I can't see a guy wearing just the khaki pants. Like he got on a khaki cargos. How is that a good look?
I rock them shits.
Khaki
Look,
cargos can fly.
let me
They
tell
can
you
fly.
something, man. I'm gonna hit you with
I've
some of my
never seen
flicks
a dude
on the
rock
website. I rock them
khaki
shits. You crazy.
shorts or khaki pants like that and look.
Are you talking about underneath your belt, underneath the waist, like these little niggas with
No,
guns?
not
Or you
that.
talking about
No. Just regular
oh, like on my shit? What?
khaki pants.
You crazy. Y'all niggas is wild. I ain't
No,
have no
I've seen
khaki.
it.
When I
I've
went to
seen it
your
and I
uncle's
like
party,
it.
remember your uncle had a party a few summers
Yeah.
ago? I ain't have on some khaki shorts, not
Did
no
you have the
cargo
khaki
shit.
shorts?
I
It
had
was
some
not khaki shorts
shit
you had
on
on.
probably. Or I had on jeans.
Yeah.
Oh, I was on a bike. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. I don't ride with shorts on. My bad. Because I wear that kind of shit all the time. You
Would
know, I
have been
get on
like,
some
get out
fly
of here.
boy model shit. Like I keep it, you know what I mean? On some
Yeah.
fly shit. Not, you know, not all the time. Like it's usually ball shorts and white tee in the summertime. But like if I'm, you know, on
You
some
in the
sporty
house
shit.
when we was at the house. When you was at the house, you had your joint on. Yes, I do. That I can understand. Like you, but just walking around like that.
Look, I'm just saying, if I'm that's casual wear. To me, that's like if I'm on a date, like how I thought y'all was like, you know what I'm saying? So say me and my shorty out. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna have on ball shorts and a white tee.
No.
You know, I'm gonna probably just throw on little,
Or
you know what I mean, little
because I'm from the
joint.
Midwest.
You know what I mean?
I'm from the Midwest, so we call it a walking suit, like the linen suit, like the linen shirt with the matching linen pants, and some nice little fly loafers, soft, you know what I'm saying? And a nice hat, you know what I'm saying?
I love
linen.
This is true. Yes, I'm sorry because I'm thinking I'm from northeastern, but not.
Yeah,
we have colder weather.
Niggas.
But yes, so.
I don't do the. You know what? I don't do the linen shirt. I can do the linen pants, but I gotta offset it with a polo or something or a different
and that's
style
cool too.
flavored button up. But I can't do the linen shirt. The set is so cheesy to me, man. I don't like the set. The set.
You know what? I want to throw that in.
Either you use the shirt with a different pants or the pants with a different shirt. Don't.
Well, that's a staple for us here. Like that's a big thing in the Midwest.
So
vacation
that's in the islands in a resort. That's only acceptable. Other than I'm calling the fashion police on y'all niggas, man.
I got what Smoke is saying. I know where you coming from. I know exactly where you're coming from. That's a grown elder look.
Yeah.
From the 70s and the 80s with the linen suit. Then you mess around and got the church socks with dress shoes on, looking like the uncle.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when they fly, when they still got they straw fedora, they got their cigar, they got some nice little loafers on. Yeah. I'm talking about people my age, like
that's that boat ride shit. Yeah, that fly party shit. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I understand where you come from. And you know what? I still gotta go back to a lot of my old native New Yorker ways. We'll put that on if we want to, but we ain't got to. We just damn don't. We're gonna put on some jeans. We're gonna put on some shirts.
Exactly, and that's cool too.
Even if it's hot, you got jeans on.
Because you wear that linen, and then when you sweating, all the sweat shows up on the linen too. You don't want that to happen.
That's why I never do this.
You have to remember, but that's another thing too. Just like, but every region has their shit. But that's what I was talking about. But this look right here is shitty, and I like to see a dude in cargo shorts. I mean, you kind of get the same effect of some gray sweats. You understand if you packing right. You understand me?
Little pair of Air Force Ones.
I know what I'm saying. I get where she's coming from. It's a little more upscale. Her aspect is a little bit more upscale.
Yes, absolutely.
You get the same.
It's not quite the male. It's not quite the male thought uniform. It's not quite the male thought uniform with the beater and the basketball shorts and the slides and the chain.
Yeah,
that's the male. That's the male thought uniform in the summer. It's like you said, it's an upgraded version of that. You still get the same thing.
Look, I got where you're coming from. Yeah.
More shorts, the white tee, in the flip flops with the socks on. Yeah,
that's a male thought.
Yeah, and I rock that shit in the summer. I can't front, especially if
that's a male thought.
In the crib, just chilling.
I used to hate looking at guys who had flip flops with the toe in the middle, but I realized in some cultures that is the style.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
To rock that. It's really, really
it does. It bothers me. Like men should not be wearing anything in between their toes. Just wear a slide. I don't know.
It's cultural. Like you go to South American culture.
I understand.
Island cultures. That is the thing.
Especially if you got the pool, right? The slides can get tricky. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Understood.
It depends. You know what I'm saying? I'm about that aqua life. The slides can get tricky.
I understand.
By the pool sometimes. I definitely. When I'm doing pool and my feet are wet and I'm fucking around and thinging after that, I'm definitely going with the thing in the middle, the big toe separate, the big toe separate, the foot. What do you call it? That?
They don't want to call it thongs. They are. They're thongs.
It's a thong sandal. It's a thong sandal. That's what it is.
It is, yes.
Or a tongue.
But Ace World, I have to give you kudos on Ace World. Ace World, I have to give you kudos. You're the first man I've heard admit that the basketball shorts with the beater and the chain is a male thought uniform. You dress for it.
Yeah, ain't no cap over here, Mr. B MMA. Look, pull up. I'm gonna drop a link.
And this is why you talk about the male thought uniform and everything like that. This is why I'm shouting out to any ladies who may be listening now or may be listening in the future. Please put in the chat why this is the thought uniform for men.
Why is it? Why is that?
I need to know why.
You know what it
Okay,
is?
can I
I'll
tell you why?
'cause it's
Can I
cheap.
tell you why? Can I tell you
It's
why?
cheap. It's like a $15 outfit. I'm sorry, give me you got me next, Touch. Let me real quick because I
Mhm.
represent the shit. Like I do this is what I do in the summertime. And I just like it's summertimes. You know what I mean? Summer in New York, you ain't really got nothing going on too crazy. Or if you just gonna be keeping it casual, like if you just on the block, you ain't going nowhere, you ain't going out to eat or nothing. Ball shorts, white tee,
I'm
pair of
talking
Air
about
Force.
this. I'm sorry.
Air
You're talking
Force.
about yours. I'm talking about this. I'm sorry.
But it is not. I mean, I'm tired when I do that.
You're not wearing
I'm
this.
top mode when I'm doing.
Oh,
No,
you
I'm
talk.
saying
Oh,
the ball shorts.
you talking about the bird chest boys.
I'm talking about the bird chest boys.
No,
Oh
not the
no,
bird chest.
I don't know
No,
nothing
we're
about
talking
that.
about the thigh.
No,
No,
we're
we're
not
talking
talking about
about
the
the
grown
male
up.
thigh. No, I'm talking about the male thigh uniform, the ball shorts and white tee. I'm going in. I rock that.
Okay, go ahead.
You
Yes.
don't catch me out there like that for sure. I'm jumping out of a big whip, clean, smelling good too. No chain or watch, no jewelry at
Music me
all.
over here.
No jewelry at all. None.
Right.
Zero. Times are hard, man. You can't have jewelry on. You can't wear your jewelry no more. I'm
You
not really a
cannot
jewelry
believe
guy.
it more.
You know, I do a little bit of watches, but you can't really it's not really a good look because it's hungry. The streets are hungry, man. Since that Rizzy Rona hit. Like the game been tight since then, man. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
it's it's ugly.
feel it, man. It's definitely
that is
Well,
very true.
used to be. You
it
can
is.
pull up if you like. This is what we talking about here, man.
Well, Roni, from a woman's point of view, the reason why I say it's a male thought uniform and it's usually not a white tee, it's usually a beater, is because first of all, like I said, you get the same effect. You get to see a print. He putting his body out there. He's usually nicely built because most dudes that aren't, and even if you like a thicker dude, like I said, I like a big boy. Even if they got the dad bod going, they're showing off their bodies like kind of like we do with biker shorts and stuff or booty shorts. It's the same effect. But
Mhm.
he got the chain on, you got the slides, and he usually smells good. Like he said, getting out a big whip. But I'm just okay. I'm single as fuck. I don't care. This is also the outfit they come to your house in. This is also the outfit they come to your house in when it's dick appointment time because they're not trying to be real dressed up, but they're not trying
No.
to come completely naked. And it's always no draws
Yeah.
Good,
because
good,
they
good.
want.
Straight command. Wait, hold on. Where's the fucking applause? Damn it, commando. Jesus. Salute to them coming up, pulling commando. Salute the Glick in the house, man.
So
Speaking of
because
commando,
you
What up,
need
good?
easy access, they don't want to have to put a whole lot of clothes back on when they getting ready to leave. Because this is not the outfit you spend the night in. And if you do spend the night in, you get to just jump right back in it real quick. You know what I mean? It's easy. You know what I'm saying? So yes, and if you meet a dude looking like this, you already know what time it is. You treat him a certain way.
wait a minute now. Don't discriminate. Hold on. It's just like saying if he's dressed in a certain way, you got to treat her a certain way. That's not
But
necessary.
we get it but we get it all the time. We get it all the time. The same goes for you.
But if you got on some goddamn pajama bottoms and a fucking bonnet, yeah, you make it look that crazy because the bonnet is
No,
not.
I'm saying it's the
Put a
same
pajama
thing.
bottom.
Let's say for
But
me,
you
you know, I'm bottom heavy. So when I go outside, and so if I go outside in my Dukes and my beater and my slides and my toes is done and stuff, and I already know what kind of attention I'm
we
gonna
liking
get.
that. Yeah, we good. We good.
But I'm saying, but even though I know who I am, I already know what kind of attention I'm about to get, whether I'm presenting that or not. It's the same thing for y'all. You in this uniform, you're gonna get a certain kind of attention.
Let me tell you, because this. If the weather is hot, people are usually dressed down. I mean, let's keep it a band. In summertime, because we pretty much we're from places that get cold in the winter. So when summertime comes, of course, Shorty's gonna be in the spandex, the little whatever's, you know what I'm saying, and fellas is gonna be in the ball shorts or whatever, or the as far as the quick, you catch them in the supermarket, you just making a quick move, or even or even just moving throughout the day. It's like it's summertime, so you're gonna see a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really automatically think you in the college zone because you got that.
I can't wait for sundress season. I got a whole bunch of them in my Shein bag right now. Roni, how about you?
So
Thank
wait,
you. Salute to the sundress, man, because the sundress started dying. Like it's a little too much spandex and not enough sundress on them streets. I want y'all to know that. Okay.
wait, say it again.
Ladies out there, listen, it's too much spandex in the summer and not enough sundress.
I love my sundresses.
on
I
the
keep
street.
I like my spandex.
I'm saying, listen. I'm saying, listen. You got to have balance. You can't spandex all the time. You got to sundress out. I mean, summertime.
I
You gotta
love
go out.
I like my sundresses because my girl needs to breathe.
Yes,
So, yeah.
air out.
Yeah, she needs to air out.
I'm a thicker girl. I'm a thicker chick. So
Me too. Me too.
You can still
no, you're
sundress up.
small.
Nothing wrong with nothing wrong with a sundress.
Okay, my point is, as a thicker
discrimination.
chick, you don't want to be wearing, the sundresses because you get sweaty and then you start chafing when you walk. So
look, they have something for that too. It's a deodorant called T-Roni. Go on Amazon and look up Lume, Lume. It's a deodorant for all of that. It takes care of all that.
I like the A&D ointment. That's my thing.
Okay, whatever works. But I'm still going sundress with no draw. I'm still going sundress with no draws. My girl gonna air out. She gonna air out. That's all I'm just saying.
Okay, first we're gonna do this. Okay. Second, on that note, since we just endorsed some feminine products, we're gonna take time out to endorse the podcast right now. So let's go.
Yes, please. It wasn't a feminine product.
It wasn't.
Awesome, by the way.
Okay.
He is fun.
There we go.
Sunday night smoke podcast. What's up, Sunday night smoke?
He's awesome, by the way. He is fun. You and him would get along famously.
So, has he said some things that are, borderline crappy or whatever, and then he backs it up with this is opinion radio? Yeah, he's done that.
All right. Let niggas know.
Just sort of quick, I did a Twitter Spaces with Bathurst yesterday morning. I know a lot of y'all might have missed it. It was good talking to him. It went about 2 hours. It was cool. I've been catching up with him. He's going to try to get back up on a regular on Twitter if anybody's looking for him. I keep telling him people trying to see where he's at and what's going on with him. So he's going to try to get up a little bit more often. So shout out to Bathurst. You know we catch Randy Horton on Twitch. Smoke, I think you see me with him. I always have a conversation with him. Yeah, Randy been a cool dude.
All good, man. Salute to Randy Horton in the house, man. I love playing promo. It's all good. I keep those dudes in my weekly rotation. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep them in the weekly rotation. And speaking of the weekly rotation, we're gonna move on to the next topic. We're gonna slide over to speaking of dressed. Okay, speaking of dressed. Okay, so let's get into this right here. Hold on one second. Let's pull this up. Let's see what happens.
I want to wake up now so I can start getting rid of this.
That's all good.
Yeah, I had a down weekend. I was supposed to go out of town. I said, no, let me sit down and save my money. So I'm trying to rest and relax.
Oh man, let me hold some, man.
I said down as far as going anywhere. I need a whole plenty. I got to get my funds back up. I'm scared to do my taxes this year.
Please do your taxes.
Tony, holla at your girl if you need some assistance.
I'm probably going to have to get I need to learn some loopholes.
Like I said, holla at your girl if you need some assistance.
Yeah, I know. They got about 5 people down here that told me that. So if I get stuck, I'll let you know.
Gotcha.
I gotta bring that negative up to a 0.
Let's see. Here we go.
Do these boys do squats? Are they?
They don't do shit with drugs.
They're not eating.
They just.
This is a boy test.
It's like a boy
test. Ramen noodles and Takis don't count, Brony.
This is a boy test. This is a boy outfit.
In Arizona. Oh shit.
Let's talk Sierra. Yeah,
I know.
Sierra right now. So, okay, outfits, uniforms, and dresses. Let's talk Sierra.
Yeah.
Okay. This is appropriate for a wife to wear, because now we're going to get to the pros side, the pros and cons. We dealt with the cons first. Let's talk about the pros. Lottery, the thought takeover, thought apocalypse now, which may be next week's episode.
Wait a minute, Ace. Well, did you just say thought apocalypse, nigga?
Yeah, thought apocalypse now.
I'm making a phrases. You need to coin that.
That's next week's show. Apocalypse now. Yeah, it's gonna be a 2-part series.
Wait a minute. Say
how it just went off the rails, and right now how pro culture and pretty much what you would call transactional dating and all these things are prevalent all over the place now. But we'll segue a little bit into this right now. But first, we'll talk about the culture, provocative dressing. You think this is appropriate for a wife that's claiming the Christian faith and all of this other stuff? Because Russell prays and stuff before the games. Her husband, Russell Wilson, and he's like, all of this, and she's like, yeah, but then she does this, then she's topless. Do you think she's trolling him or something like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you
Say
think?
that one more time. Say that one more time. He did what?
Do you think is this appropriate for your wife? If you were married, would you let your
Hell
wife
no. Sorry, next.
come out the fucking house dressed like this?
No.
Basically?
I'm gonna tell my wife no.
Exactly.
I think it's okay.
I think that it is. I think that it is. I think that it is. I think that it is very calculated. I think that it is planned, and I think that it is done for a reason.
I'll tell you
to
why.
keep them both in the relevancy, since he had a horrible season. Also, to make him seem like less of a cornball, to make him seem a little cooler. Also, because I'm just keeping a buck. If I had legs and an ass like that, I might have to have him out a little bit too. But
why?
What do you mean? Why?
We'll talk about that. All right, no, let her get it. As a wife, as a married woman,
as a wife, and also I'm gonna say as a celebrity wife, I think it's calculated. I think it's done for several reasons. Because I'm just giving you my thoughts. It's like it's done on purpose, because the narrative of
you do it.
I do it.
And then give your take on her, and then give a take on yourself. Okay.
Okay. As for them being a celebrity couple, and the narrative with their relationship, I think it's done in a calculated way to take away some of the negativity about Russell being a cornball. I think it takes away some of the narrative that Sierra, she settled for Russ, like, to make it seem like they have some kind of sexual chemistry. I think it's a very calculated gesture. Because Russell doesn't seem like the type of dude that would go for this. But if you're trying to change the narrative and take the attention off the fact that he had one of the shittiest seasons of his career, and that every man on the planet thinks he's the biggest cornball this side of creation, not in a good way. You know what I'm saying? But they do. What they do. What they do on every. But why?
Why?
Okay, they think he's a cornball, and I'm not saying that this is true, but because, like you're talking about, the culture is so fucked up that a dude who takes care of his family, is faithful to his wife, takes care of the kids, even took care of Sierra when she was not wifeable with a baby by a dude. You know what I'm saying? She was not a viable chick when he found her, but because he did these things, but because she was fucking with Future, it seemed like she settled for Russ after Future dumped her. But that's not necessarily the narrative, but that's what they turned it into.
Her. Exactly.
Okay, so you want to make it, so I'm just saying, so for them to,
you hit it right on the head. Go ahead.
So for them to change the narrative about their relationship, she does stuff like this. It's calculated. It's for a reason. You understand? To change the narrative. But would I do it personally? Absolutely not. No, never. I would never. Now, in the bedroom, maybe if we're on vacation and you want to bend me over a balcony, yeah, but not for the whole world to see.
Okay. Copy. I respect your take on that. T-Ronnie says there's nothing wrong with that, and I respect her take on it.
And there isn't anything wrong with it, just because of the fact that she is a public figure, and we're used to seeing her do things of this nature. It's her body. That's her husband. You know what I'm saying? But would I personally do it? Absolutely not. Like I said, if we're on vacation and we're on a balcony somewhere, yeah. We're in our bedroom, absolutely. You come home from work, yeah. But I'm not gonna go outside like this. Absolutely not. No, I'm not.
But she ain't at no just regular event. I mean, apparently
exactly.
And
the Oscars or some shit. Yeah.
It says Vanity Fair.
I mean, whatever the fuck it is, whatever.
And the Vanity Fair party is very provocative in itself. They always do stuff like this there.
Well, the hell it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, because remember, everybody, it's all about the dress and who can get the most press. So obviously,
Exactly. It's
the
a
most
calculated move.
copy.
And yeah,
And remember, she headlines the New Year's parties.
yes.
So she has to be an element where she's always
Looked
some
at.
kind of
Oh,
culture.
that's what that's all about. Oh, okay, copy. Okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting a little background, a little more background information on it.
Yeah.
The
Ladies will dress
rocking
like
New
this
Year's
a lot.
Eve.
Ladies dress like this a lot. It is a
Now,
show.
my wife ain't coming out the house
It is
looking like
about showing off.
well, I don't care if I'm a
We could be
celebrity.
mad at her, but we could be mad at Ice T's wife Coco too.
And what?
Oh,
We
Coco.
could be mad at Ice T's wife Coco.
Yeah.
But she's out being provocative. But and Smoke, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm
The
gonna
house
tell you
like
this.
that with my wife.
Wife or not,
Not-
I think he has to acknowledge and respect. I'm gonna go. This is gonna be real controversial to a lot of fellas. We got to acknowledge and respect. She had her own money. She had her own platform as well. She got to do her thing to keep her money coming in, like he does. So we already know they comfortable. We already know she ain't going nowhere. We
You
already
don't
know.
know that. See, no, and that's where you're wrong.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
My take on it is this. I don't know if you guys, because I follow a little more of the YouTube and a little more
Mhm.
of the stuff than you guys probably.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
She's been pulling these kind of stunts, whether this was a publicity stunt and everything, and I get it, or whether the Vanity Fair and you got to be the talk of the town, blah blah blah. Any press is better than no press, negative, positive, whatever. I get
Mhm.
all that good shit. But her in particular, she's because remember she has a new record out and she was getting some backlash. You know, another one of those, what do you call it, like the independent woman
Yeah.
songs. Like, oh man, so social media said, all right, enough of this shit already. Independent woman, you're with Russ.
Mhm.
You're not independent. You're not a single lady. So stop making those records. Because like, you know, like I guess Beyonce, you know, people started being like the irony of Beyonce and Cardi B and all them telling all these bitches don't cook, don't clean, don't do all of this shit, fuck a man and all this, and y'all bitches is married.
And they're all married. I get it.
They just
Wow.
smoke up these hoes' asses, and they
Okay.
just for it because you know that's just how social media works. Imagine somebody that's married telling you be independent. Why don't you try it first, bitch? But I understand it's entertainment now. So it's not necessarily they don't even write these songs, what you have to realize also.
Yes, that's true.
People don't even write these songs half of the time. These songs are submitted by songwriters, and if you like it, you'll purchase the song and cut them a part of the money, you know, the other legal shit that goes with that. But they don't even write these songs half of the time. That's number one. A lot of people don't realize that. Even that independent woman song, if you research it, Neo probably wrote that shit or something like one of those, you know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised how many men write these fruity ass broad songs and shit like that. It's weird. You never know. But like I say, they don't write these songs any goddamn way. But she got a lot of blowback from it. So I guess this was her like, hey, and then she got blowback from this, and then she put a bed sheet on and said, hey, I'm gonna go to the next one dressed like this. It's just to get a little buzz. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side now, because I gotta be the devil's advocate, right? She's been doing a lot of thirst trapping and thotting online over the years, right? A lot, like the topless shit with the rum, like the bottle on all this goofy ass shit. You know, she's been doing a lot of thotting slowly but surely. Because remember, he took her from the streets. It's like the alley cat. You take the alley cat from the street, you bring it to the vet, get the shit, get you know, let it get its shots, shampoo it up, bring it home, try to domesticate the motherfucker. Next thing you know, the nigga's still in the windowsill trying to sneak out, and you know,
This is such a bad analogy here.
you can take
Go
the
ahead.
chicken off the streets, but if you belong to the streets, you belong to the streets, right? So what she's doing is she's like a disgruntled worker, right? Like I still work here, but I'm gonna just start showing my ass. No pun intended. Picture, but like said, so I can guarantee when Tony D, when you say she ain't going nowhere, that's where you're wrong. Because right now,
Because I haven't seen anything different. That's fine. That's fine.
Let me drop it. Let me drop it. This is 2023, man. After 10 years and you live in California, she's going right to the bank. She's coming up on 10 years. You already know what's happening next.
Yeah.
He's on the downslide of his career. It's over for him. Even though he's going to be a Hall of Famer because he won the Super Bowl. So maybe he'll be a Hall of Famer, maybe not. I don't know.
He's Hall of Fame. Yeah.
He's definitely gonna be in the Hall of Fame for simping.
Oh
That's
wow.
the story.
Stop it, Ace World.
This
Stop
dude
it.
right here, right? This dude right here, he got himself into something crazy right now. He did too much. I'm willing to bet $100 because it'll probably take 3 more years. She's out the door. This right now was the I'm trying to get back on the streets audition. This is what this is.
Mm.
Ace
This is-
World.
This
Ace
is
World.
This is streets. This take a look, streets.
Listen, we
We're
don't
back.
agree with him. It's opinion
You
radio.
don't have to.
We don't have to agree with
Remember
him.
the opinion of
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just like, damn, Ace World, like, damn.
we know for keeping it greasy. Speaking of keeping it real and pulling up New York City in the house, salute my man.
JoJo.
Hi, JoJo.
They got JoJo in the house.
What up, though?
Man, what up, JoJo? What it do, man?
Yo, what's happening? Ladies
Is
and
it
gentlemen,
your-
what's happening? What's going
What up,
on?
though?
How y'all doing?
We
Hey.
chilling, man. We chilling.
We pros, cons, prosties, bird
Yeah.
chest boys with guns. That's what we doing tonight. Know what I mean? Chopping it
Yeah,
up.
I see.
You know what I mean?
I see. I'm listening, man. I'm listening. I hear you chewing out poor Sierra over there, man. Come on, man. Give Sierra a chance, man.
Poor
Yeah.
She's rich. She's looking real nice too. I'm not gonna say this is not.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You know what's crazy though, Ace?
You don't
If you
look
right,
good.
if you right about what you're saying, that's gonna be why Future dumped her ass.
Know what I mean? It's
Well, put it
yeah,
like
it's a case, man. It's a situation there.
If she
Future
did
dumped
that, if she
everyone.
dropped Russell Wilson after
Future
all
dumps
this,
everyone. Trust
she
me.
what?
I said Future dumps everyone. Not just
She does.
Not all, yeah.
you drop a baby, then you get dumped. That's
Yeah,
it.
he's not
Yeah, man.
really.
But she
Future,
can't.
Future been for the streets. Like, that's what he do. But
He's very.
but
You talking about thug streets?
yeah, but I'm saying what Ace World, but what Ace World was saying, I wasn't disagreeing. I just never thought about it that way, and he's right. So it took me all the way back to what Tom Cruise did to Nicole Kidman. He waited until like the last minute to divorce her because their prenup was about to change. You understand? That's what Tom Cruise did to Nicole Kidman, and I never thought about that because everybody was so shocked at how cold and calculated he was when he just like basically cut her. But then it all started coming out. It was the way their prenup was set up. He had to, or he was gonna have to give her more money.
Yeah.
And he did it on.
Yeah,
So what he's saying is really true. If Sierra holds on for 3 more years,
3 more years. Yeah, she could pull
She's
it down.
there,
Yeah, she definitely.
she
pull
good
it
out here.
Jackson pulled that
And I never
Yeah.
thought about Sierra that way because I wanted to have high hopes that maybe she wasn't still a South Side Atlanta chick. You understand at heart.
But if she
She
does
be-
do that
for
plan,
the streets, man.
She be showing herself out here though, man. For
All the time.
you know what
All
I
the
mean? And it's kind of crazy that Russ is still there, man. Russ is still there. He ain't
Russ
complaining
already
really.
got married, probably without a prenup. Russ is already, what's the name? He left it in God's hands. And I
Yeah,
pray
you
for
know what I
that
mean?
man.
Russ is a solid dude. He probably married
That's
her
a
like for
man
the
of
right
faith.
reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. He did.
He loves
He
her.
did.
Obviously,
He did.
that's why you
Yeah.
get married. When you're a man, see, this was the difference, right? When you're a man with a whole shitload of money, because the money she has is nothing compared to his money. Let's
Hell
fucking
no.
be honest.
He's not looking at that. He's not
That's
looking
what
at
I'm
that
trying
at
to tell
all.
you. But I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah.
with men, for the most part, right? Men marry for love. Men marry because they really, really love you. Some, men marry because she has money. But for the most part, women will usually not marry a man that doesn't make as much as her. Not in all instances, but maybe 50-50 or 60-40. But for the most part, women want the man that makes more money or whatever. Men have no problem with marrying down. Like, all right, so Russ is 300 million and she say 10 million or 20 million or 50 million, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
He still has more money. He loves her. That's why, he been simping for her. He needs that. Like,
Yeah.
and he been chasing.
love
It's just
and-
like Kanye
Yeah.
making
love
it
and
like,
perfect
let me give you examples of simping. Because there's a difference. Like, I love my lady, but I wasn't simping because there's a difference, right? This is simping, right? If you search the gram right now, you're gonna see that motherfucking apple head ass Yo Gotti, the rapper called Yo Gotti or Yo
Wow.
Or Gotti
Don't
or
do
whatever.
it. Don't do it.
Rapping that
Wow.
motherfucker. He's
You're
like
about to bring it up. Go ahead.
Angela Simmons, like making like
Yes.
rapping about
Yeah.
this bitch, and and,
Yeah.
and, and, and and now she's with him. See, that's simping. It's just like when Kanye was like, oh man, I should have got Jay-Z to drop him from the team, talking about Chris Humphries because he was married to what's that bitch?
Kim
Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian.
So he was simping. So you're making records about bitches that you're simping on. So you're simping on wax. And then the bitch
Oh my
was like,
God,
"Oh
Ace
man,
World.
I got all this money. Let me just go
Say
burn
it.
this nigga's bank. Let me go burn this bitch ass nigga's bank account real quick.
Oh
'Cause
my
you was all
God.
on my shit, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just pulling up, what the fuck you making records for and doing all that? Because you simping. Like the only nigga that got away with simping and didn't get burned in the end was 50 Cent when he did that simping. And I love 50, you my man. But you simped out for what's her name in the beginning for fucking
Vivica Fox.
yeah, you simped. It was a hint of simping. He didn't do it on the record, but he was like, yeah, I like the thing
He said
Vivica
a
was
hint.
wearing the dress or some shit like that.
He
And
said
next
a
thing you know,
hint.
they were slapping bellies. I get it. But so he
Yeah.
didn't simp all the way. It was a little baby simp, but it was like, nigga, you could have shot your shot backstage, nigga. You ain't have to do that like that. But you know, it was flattering. So she was like, oh my God, it made her wet. I get it. He was on the
You know
case.
what?
Yeah, she went crazy. She went crazy after
Over
that.
that. That's what I'm saying. It was crazy. But it was a little that was a hint of simping, like a touch of jazz. That
Yeah.
was a touch of simping. But them other dudes make, putting the shit in their rap and all of that. That's full
Right.
fucking fledged simping. You're a full fledged invite. Look at Kanye right now with her. It was a crash and burn. It was a crash and burn because she's like, these dudes are idolized. When you can't idolize and pedestalize the shit. Like, you gotta meet me halfway, baby. I love you, but
You
do
got
you love
somewhat of
me?
a point there with the
I'm not
idolizing.
just go on a limb like a jackass. I love you. And you ain't even date the bitch yet. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You stupid nigga. You
But
don't
Ace
like
World,
money? Are you a fucking retard? Like, come on, man. I'm sorry, guys. Fucking stupid. This is niggas that never had
Oh
no
my
card before.
God.
This is fucking retarded to me. With all that money you doing, that's what you doing, nigga?
but Ace World, I need to address a
You
point
like
you
Tiger
made
Woods
about.
had your man, yo, go holler at this broad real quick. Tell her I'm a smash. All right.
No.
Have your right hand man do that. You making records and shit. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
I'm sorry. I need. No, you made a point earlier about women don't usually marry men that make less money than them. That's not true.
For the most part, I said 60-40. I said the majority, just like the majority.
Okay,
Is
I was gonna say
51%.
because when I got married, that
I get it
wasn't
because I
the
know
case.
women that personally have done that. I know women that I'm cool with that have personally married somebody that made less money. I get it, but for the majority, and in today's society, that's usually not the norm. You know what I'm saying?
And it backfired on
Men
me
and
because
people
that
make
was
more
the
money
main
than
reason
women.
why we
Men in
got
general.
divorced was because he couldn't handle the fact that I made more money than him. And
Well, I don't know because I would ride that shit out. Looking good too. Fuck that. You make money. I don't know what's wrong with that stupid motherfucker. He fumbled the bag, if anything.
well, I'm just telling you, like he
Oh,
couldn't at
this
the end of the
guy.
day, he couldn't handle. That was one of the main gripes that we had, and he just, no matter what I look like, that was another thing too. He was like used to say shit like "pretty bitch, I don't care about you making more money than me," shit like that. It was always a problem.
That's
so
his
yeah.
It hurt his ego. That's what it is.
I wish my shorty made more money than me. Oh man.
You said what?
I said I wish my shorty made more money than me.
No, what did JoJo say?
No, I said it kind of hurt his ego in a way, Sometimes it hurt that, like a dude. If a dude feels in some type of way that like he got to provide, he got to be that guy. He got to be, you know what I mean?
If you feel that way, don't fuck with her if you know she make more money than you.
That's
right?
what it is.
That's
That's what it is. Some dudes, you
feel that way, and she telling you I make twice as much as you. Tell your shit, turn your dumb ass around and walk away.
Word and do like you know what I mean. But some people are like that. Some dudes be like that, man.
At least smash a couple times though before you leave.
Oh,
you know what?
Yeah.
You know what?
You're gonna walk away. Like, get a few free meals or something. That's what women would say. Get a few free meals out this nigga or something, at least.
we were married, and it was like I never complained about the fact. I never brought it up or threw it in his face that he made less money than me, or that I was basically
This problem.
But I mean, but it happens though, so it goes both ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't
And
bossing up
especially
on
for a
the
woman, especially
just
for a
saying.
woman, it's hard. Especially when you make more money than them, because they try to turn it into all types of ridiculous shit. I'm sure Simone, you can relate.
That's crazy
I'm
to
sure
me.
you can
I'd
relate.
be like, shit, fuck that. I always spend.
Because instead of arguing
I've
about
always been spent too much money
and
on
arguing
relationships
about
and shit. Fuck that. I need somebody to come up with some bank.
What you say, Rody?
If this next relationship fails, I'm only fucking with chicks with bank. Like it's time for me to get tricked
But that's
Some
how
fucking
we
money
going.
take me some fucking where. I'm just saying.
That's
Like,
how women
some
think.
shit for me, god damn it. Yeah, women think, yeah, take me somewhere. But I'm saying the other shit, like take me some fucking where. Somebody spend some money on me. Come pick me up. Take me to
Yeah.
I'll pay the tip, don't worry. I want to order from the we fucking side of the menu. I want to do all of that stupid time niggas.
Yo, this is guy, bro.
The ladies is doing all that shot shit on my dime. I'm trying to get something back from the game. You know, you're getting good D.
Well, I tell you what, I'm single as fuck, and if both sides of the menu is we fucking. If I'm paying for dinner, straight the fuck up.
Are you gonna tell them to cash
even
out
with the turkey burger? I'll just take an
No.
appetizer. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Ace World, are you gonna tell them to cash app you so you can get your hair and your nails?
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Yo, check it out. Check it out. Salute me. Yes, I'm gonna tell them to me before. I gotta get a French baldy, right? I gotta get a baldy. How much is the haircut now? Because I cut my own joint.
About like, 60. About $60.
I need $60 to get my baldy rebalded. I don't really. Let me see what else I gotta do.
Yeah, do your nails, your toes, and
you need a mani and a pedi. You need a mani and a pedi. That's that's 160.
That's another. So that's shit, 160 for that shit.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh. Hold on. Where's this way? Hold on.
160.
For some fucking
they don't even do regular nail polish anymore when you go to the salon. Everything's
you have to get gel or LED or if you get all acrylic. So you need a mani and a pedi. That's 160 plus you need a haircut. So you're already looking at like 250.
Yep.
And he need a fit. He need a fit.
So he needs 500. So he needs 500 off the top.
You're gonna ask him the cash app before you go on the
You know, I can just get some Walmart shit and make it look good.
Don't tell her that. Just get the 500.
I'm gonna do what y'all do. Like I could even have some shit already and just
just get the money
for 25. How much is the cleaners nowadays?
$40.
Fuck, are you serious? I'm
not
even looking at these prices.
40 starting, right?
40 is starting.
You got
40 is starting.
Yep, it's 40
starting. How many pieces of clothes? I hate to sound.
2.
Yo, let me tell y'all niggas something. Hold on.
Depending what you. Yeah, if you wearing something nice, yeah, man.
Yo, y'all brought me into a whole new. Hold on, let me first of all, let me give y'all. Hold on, let me give y'all a full spread. Shout out to everybody in the panel. I think thank y'all for joining us. And then the travels in the house, nonsensical nonsense. Listen, check this shit out. Y'all are just bringing me to a new reality because I don't really do too much. Like I don't put clothes in the cleaners too much, not too often. Like I haven't really been since the health crisis. I'm getting a little echo somewhere, but it's not that bad, so we're gonna keep rolling. Since the health crisis, I haven't really been in population too much, except on international level. But as far as being in the city that I'm from and stuff like that, I don't really go out too much. Like it's very rare. You know what I mean? I pick and choose my spots. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not really in the cleaners and stuff like that. And I haven't been, for years. So it's actually $40 now.
Starting.
That starts. That's just a start.
That might be
$25 before. $40
might be just
now?
for a shirt, not even the pants.
Wait, for one shirt. Y'all nigga, come on, man. $40.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Google it.
Okay. One shirt. I don't mean to
man.
sound
And if you have, and they also go by, like, if you're a woman, like let's say I just I talked about how I wear my sundresses. Like, let's say it's one of my good sundresses, like a linen or a satin or a silk, or it's long. They're charging me for the weight of the material plus the length. Yeah.
Nah, that's that's crazy.
No, but they are.
I'm not saying no, they're not. No, I'm just saying that's crazy. Because this is just a commercial break, y'all. In between, they're gonna be like, "Yo, man, what the fuck happened to the
to the tight note, yeah,
bros?"
Yeah, because we still invest in the process.
Yes, boys with guns. What happened to them niggas? We're gonna spin back into the because we kind of, it's just conversation, and I like chopping it up with my folks. You know how we kind of spin off the topic for a while sometimes. But yeah, I didn't really realize the price of dry cleaning was so crazy. I can do like my man Bandana Travels, because this nigga, he just buys new shit and just throws it away when he's done. I'm not gonna lie. I've been overseas with this nigga before. He got a pack of, he have like 30 polo shirts and just wear them once and give them away before he goes home. Like, he don't even
do outside. What's good?
Crazy. Yeah, he's crazy. And it all be the same color. Like, if you didn't know this nigga, you would think he's wear the same clothes every day. But like, the Dr. Dre video, I went in the nigga room one time. We was in a hotel, staying in a hotel together. Like, I went in this room. I look in his closet, and remember that Dr. Dre video? Was it "Let Me Ride"? And he opened a closet. It's like the I think Aerosmith and White Boys did the same kind of video, and it's like 500 pairs of black pants and 50 black shirts.
I thought that was been there done.
The nigga had like 20 white polo shirts, like dog, and 40 black ones, and 20 pairs of black pants and 30 pairs of gray sweatpants. I'm like, nigga, if I I'll be like, yo, he cool, but this nigga wear the same shit every day. You wouldn't know. It's so crazy. I'm like, nigga, what are you doing? Anyway, back to the show. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Dude. Oh, Charlie B outside in the building. What's good, Charlie B, man? Charlie B in the building.
Hey, Charlie B.
Charlie B, drop your channel in the chat. YouTube Bandana Travels. Yo, Charlie B, the Egypt videos are looking crazy. His channel is crazy, man. He got
Bandana Travels be doing the most.
It's insane.
I be seeing the video, Bandana. You be wild.
Robbie, Bandana, yeah, his joints, yeah, his
he be doing the most.
he be turned up with, he be having some nice joints on there too, man. It's all good, man. Salute to y'all fellas in here. So damn, we was on Sierra, right?
Yeah. Sierra Wallen, yeah.
I will wear that. You telling me, first of all, most of them
let's bring it back up. You will wear that.
They get paid to wear it, right?
They do get paid to wear it. Yes.
Yeah, some of them outfits, yeah.
I would wear that because I may be, like I said, a little thick chick.
Your husband love it. Your husband like that.
My game, I'm gonna come out looking good.
Look, if you were married, do you think your husband would be like, all right, come on, baby, let's rock and roll?
I mean, he may not agree with it, but I mean,
but okay, you're gonna tell him, fuck you, I'm just pulling up anyway.
Like, if I'm making money and I'm like, do you want me to make this money? You telling me you don't want me to make this money? You want me to not get
I got $300 million contract. You don't got, there's no more money you need to make. Fuck out of here with that. Let's make this
on the real. With the money
real. How much are you gonna spend? $300 million? Are you fucking really gonna spend that much money? I don't think so. So let's not talk this make this money shit.
I can.
I'm gonna be like this. Personally, yeah. I need to make this money myself, but I'm talking about her and her position, her and her husband.
Yeah.
She gotta make that her money herself. Look, you yourself were saying that she has tricked from the street.
She's already entitled to half of his 300 million, so she don't gotta make shit.
Imagine your insecurities that if he does dump you, that you're left out with nothing, right? Like in agreement with everything.
You get half. She only gets half my shit, not everything. Thank God.
But
look. So when she go back to the streets, right? Look, when she go back to the streets, she's only taking half with her. But see,
she also gets child support.
Whatever. So all that shit, it don't matter. He's never gonna go broke. It doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to say is this, right? Do you think he's worried about her making a few nigga pennies coming out the house naked? You don't think this nigga was embarrassed?
Yo, the terms he be using.
I'm out.
You know what I'm saying? So not the nigga.
He's getting clowned all the time because of this broad, right?
Yeah,
he's getting clowned all the fucking time. I don't know if y'all be peeping it or not.
Yes, I do peep it. I peep it.
They go after him.
He's getting clowned because of this bitch.
They go after him, man.
Never showing her ass literally, and here we go again with this shit. She doesn't act like a married woman. Let's keep it a band. You know what I'm saying?
What's acting like a married woman then?
Acting like
she
a
has to
married
be
woman
in.
is not showing your ass like this.
Oh, but
That's
she's
what
in
it is.
Hollywood. She's in Hollywood.
I don't care where you are.
So dressing like in Hollywood.
If she was in Hollywood and I was her husband, I'm broke. She's rich. I say, bitch, go make that money.
What is it that she's
But
supposed to
if
do?
I have a
Yeah.
shitload more money than you, I don't give a fuck. You don't. I would retire your monkey ass from Hollywood. It's like you, like, nah, I'm taking you
So
off
that
the
she
track.
can just so she's just supposed to wait until he divorces her and then she has to file for child support.
No,
And then that makes her
no,
gold
no. What the fuck are you
So what
talking?
money is she supposed to be making? This
She's
girl,
with her husband. Their money is
York
to get when you get married.
Yeah.
When you get married, time out.
Okay.
Time out. Let's rewind. When you get married, you become a union. So the money is in the family. So it's your money, your husband's money, his money's your money's his money. You know how that kind of shit kind of works because it's under one family unit. So I don't understand what you mean by, well, what's she supposed to do? Sit back and wait for no, nigga, she's married to a rich guy. The money is hers also. She also makes her own money. But what the fuck does dressing like a dessert have to do with making fucking money? She's made all of her money before she came outside dressed like this, Roni. I don't understand what you're saying. What sense does this make to me? She made her millions of dollars. Not from, she did all that before she came out with this on last week. She did all that already. What the fuck does this have to do with making
So she
money?
was supposed to stop making the money because she's married.
No, she's supposed to stop before she walks out the house with this thought shit on.
Why?
That's what I'm saying. Because she's married. Because you're married and you're saying you're Christian and all this shit. And your titties and ass are out. Fuck that.
Now, I disagree.
That's why. That's why.
Yeah, he don't want to.
You don't. It's not a uniform for being married.
Yeah, it is. Not coming outside with your titties and ass out because you supposed to be a Christian and she talking that Bible shit. I don't want everybody to see my wife's titties and ass.
That part.
In the Bible.
Yeah.
Y'all always trying to defend this
So,
shit for.
okay, so I have a question.
If she say she's this and she's doing that, is she the Jezebel or is she the fucking
okay, I just
her job has nothing to do with her being in the house. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I got a quick question. So what about what I said? Like I said, me personally, this is not my comfort zone to be outside. But what if I do this for you in the house, or we're on vacation and you bend to me over balconies? Is that okay?
You damn right it is okay. But it's not for fucking everybody.
Yeah, I'm not. And Cironi, I hear what you're saying about the money. Just me personally, I don't care that this just couldn't.
This is crazy.
Okay.
It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
I do understand everyone's point of view, but I'm just giving it from my point of view, which is
of course, and I completely understand what you're saying, and she has every right.
If I'm at it, regardless of the money, whatever, she has a job. This is her job. Her job is
right.
And it's her job. She will be wearing things like this. He knew that when he married her.
He did know that. You're right. You're right.
Bad.
He
You
did know
mad at
that.
her for doing
Right,
her
you should
job.
go off the streets. You're right, because if Thotten is her job, she definitely is holding that shit down. Oh man, this nigga.
Wait, why is this? Okay, so I don't know who the designer is, and matter of fact, let me look that up because you're saying this is Thot. I mean, it may be a Thot style, but it's probably a designer behind it.
Okay, but listen to what I'm saying. We understand somebody designed it. She didn't design it her fucking self. Obviously, she's not a clothes maker. She's a fucking celebrity, and celebrities wear things, and they're approached by designers, and they get paid to wear clothes. We understand all of that. We're totally clear with that. I'm just saying, and I respect your opinion. And my opinion was just like, damn, my wife is not coming out the fucking house with that shit on.
No.
And for example, like you can be on the beach. Like for example, you can be on the beach, like Star Child alluded to. You can be on the beach, you know, because a thong bikini, a string bikini shows just as much as that for the most part, pretty much close to that much. So I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, if you would have, let me pull up a picture with him. Tell me if he's happy that she's wearing this with the look on this fucking guy's face.
Trying to be outside.
Not the picture. I seen that picture.
Point down to you, blue in the face, but he's not happy with her wearing this, and you can tell by the look on his fucking face. And I'm gonna bring up the picture, and you tell me what the look on this gentleman's face says. Okay.
So according to this email that I'm reading, there were several women who wore at the same event that wore similar gowns.
And all of their husbands was bitch ass, simp ass niggas.
5 women. 5 women that wore similar
Fuck.
gowns.
Ace World, golly.
If anybody in the chat room wants to let their wife come out the house with that
This is where
shit
the-
on in public, put a 1 in there.
Wait, this is where
Put a 2
this
if you
is where
say
would
fuck
have
that.
arguments in the marriage because being that she's an entertainer, she's going to wear things like this, and you knew that marrying her, and now you're at a point where you like, oh, you can't walk out of the house with that thing.
Okay, but you
Like, that's my
said that
job.
you would wear that, and you're not an entertainer, and it's not your job, and you said you would wear that
I would
shit.
wear it.
All right then. So
I don't know if I look good in it, but I would wear it. I would rock it
Goddammit.
like she rocked it.
You're right. And if you was my wife, that'd be the last time you walk out that door because I'd
And that's
walk
the-
out,
that's
shut
the
the door behind
exact-
you, and lock you the fuck out the house.
That's the
What
issue.
you
If I'm
talking
making
about?
this money and this is how I
Hey.
have to dress, you're going to be like, no, you can't go out. So I'm going to sit at home and
Ciara,
wait.
get Ciara. Let's talk
Let's just
about
say-
let's talk about me and you,
let's just
and
say-
you have a
let's say-
regular
let's say-
job,
Let's
and
just say
you're
you
not
make
getting paid to
$100,000.
do this.
Let's say you make $100,000 a year. Let's say I make $50,000 a year.
Doing
I
what?
get a job. I get a job wearing this gown.
No,
right?
I'm not gonna let you take that job. I'm gonna say no. You're not
So
gonna
I
be
can get
exposing your
my
fucking
money.
body in
'cause
public.
This is the Oscar. This is the.
You know what?
This
You know
is
what?
the
You're
Vanity
not an
Fair
Oscar.
Oscar
You
party.
fucking this up. You fucking this up, T-Roni. You keep confusing. You keep putting yourself in. Then you keep thinking you're in the Oscars.
No,
Wait,
you
he's
have
in the Oscars. You're not in the fucking Oscars. You're
Hold on.
T-Roni right now.
I'm
and
going.
I'm
Okay, so I see where
we
the
regular ass folks.
No, this
You're
is
my wife, and we're regular folks.
I go back to the design because the designer is not going to be regular folks wear. This is not going to be at Macy's, okay?
They can have a cheap nigga. Once the Chinese reverse engineer this shit, this is gonna be in Walmart next week. What the fuck are you talking about?
Man said Chinese engineer, reverse engineer.
Jojo, do
My
you see
head,
the shit we have to put up with from him
My
every
head,
week?
man. Bro,
Do
this
you
is
see
just-
the
that's
shit we have to
smoke
put
for me,
up with
man.
from him every week? Reverse
That's
engineering?
smoke, man. That's smoke, man. He different. He different,
Shit, man.
This nigga here,
But nah,
boy.
I hear you though, man. Because you know, in one way, it's like, yeah, she got to make her money. She gonna wear these brands, these
Yes,
big
I
time
get it,
fashion
T-Roni. I
designers.
get it, sister.
But then it's like, yo, there's a line, man. There's like a certain line. Like, yo, what are we doing here for real?
It's great. It's tight.
Because
It's tight.
She's working. She's at work. She's working.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
all
she's
right.
working. But then there's other times where she's doing a little too extra, and it's like,
That's what we
I
talking
don't
about.
know.
You don't
I don't know.
You've seen all of that extra stuff that she's doing though, because like Star Child seen some of it, but T-Roni may not because she doesn't indulge in such social media that we do possibly.
I
We've been
see. I
seeing
mean,
her do
in
for
Ace World,
years.
that's why I'm kind of quiet on this issue because, like I said, it made me think about Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, and it also made me think about because I saw where Sierra came from. I lived in the A before Sierra was a star. I saw when she was in the clubs before when Jazzy Faye was pushing her. So I saw how she came through. So
Yeah,
it's different when you see them before they're stars. Just like I saw Future and the Migos. I was working in the bars and the clubs before they were big, and I saw how they was moving. Then I saw 2 Chainz too, and I'll tell you right now, out of all, so I understand what you're saying, and I know that there's a line, and that's why I'm saying I thought she could get some of the Southside College Park chick out her system, but it's not working. It's not working.
T-Roni,
Obviously.
on the backside, right, on the reverse end, right.
But it's like, but also, but
Let's
even
ahead.
the last stunt she pulled with the rum bottle doing body shots, like there are just some things as a mother of small children, you just don't want your kids to have access to see you doing.
You
Like
better
I
ask
have
your
grown,
Bobby about that shit.
like my kids are full grown adults, and I have sons that are full grown adults, and that's the reason why I just
that was
won't. I just won't because I don't want I don't want to embarrass my sons or even my daughter going to Spelman in Atlanta to have somebody be like, "Oh, look at your mom." You know what I'm saying? You don't want that.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
We had that conversation, remember?
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that.
We'll put it like this, right? Like Charlie B says, women don't always understand the position you put your man in, dressing in a certain way.
But
Niggas
not at this level though, Charlie B. It's not.
check it out though. I mean, just no, just saying for in general, right? For example, right? I mean, because the Sierra shit. Because remember, we're black folks, and one mistake we always do is we compare ourselves and our lives to that of the stars and the celebrities. Okay,
Yeah.
we can say, well, Jay-Z and Beyonce. Well, you ain't no fucking Beyonce, and I'm far from a Jay-Z, so we're both fucked. So I'm just saying, right? Let's not go there. But generally speaking, like for example, like Charlie B says, niggas be disrespectful. So if your shorty come out the crib, not exactly with this. Like T-Ronnie's like, fucking, I'm wearing it. All right, do your thing. You may get your boyfriend in a fight for coming because you strong-headed and you feel like fuck that. But when some dumb drunk nigga the size of Hulk Hogan smacks you on your ass and you expect me to go fuck him up and I go get my fucking jaw broke.
We need to address that.
Mad at you, bitch. Go give me some face. She done got me fucked up out here because niggas are so disrespectful.
You got to fight.
Check it out.
You got to
These niggas
fight.
disrespectful out here. You can't like some you. I'm telling you, man. A bunch of niggas together. You by yourself with your shorty. She dressed crazy.
They're gonna
I'm
try
just
it.
saying, this is outrageous. But I'm saying, of course, a regular chick won't be in the street with this on unless she's an adult dancer or something like that. Whatever, or at a carnival, or it's an occasion where somebody would be in the street, like carnival parade, whatever. But I'm just saying, generally speaking, if your shorty is dressed too crazy, even though like people have lost limits nowadays, like there used to be limits for us Gen Xers, like there is no limits to any fucking thing anymore. You know what I mean? But for regular Joe Smo, like y'all niggas better not let your shorty come out the joint like this. Unless you this is the segue and shit, right? Unless you're
A prosty.
bro, a con, a prosty, or a bird chest boy with a gun. Anything goes. Okay.
This motherfucker.
Sierra's always working, right? I see a lot of
Man,
twos
it's
in the
hilarious,
like
bro.
ain't nobody trying to have their shorty come out the joint like this. This is nuts.
Let me
The
jump
fuck
in on this real quick.
You be single coming out the house like this.
Ladies,
Your
when you
boyfriend be
dress
like,
like that, you do put us in a situation the same way if we go out in the street with our chest out, if we in shape, and women staring at us all the time, it'll piss you off.
with a pistol in your right hand.
That's the whole point.
Are you going to work that way?
Who? Me?
Yeah, they paying me money to wear this. They paying me money to wear my chest out. They paying me
Let's be real. Let's be real. If she making money to pay her for like that, I got that. But there's still a disrespect to the marriage. She's married now.
Yeah.
You going out there showing a whole lot. I understand there's like $500,000 out there for you for that. We can understand, we can respect that. But that's asking for it. I went to Daytona Beach with my oldest son's mom. She was highly enticing. And then she wanted to wear the button-up shirt open with just a bikini top underneath to the point where her brother said, listen, you're going to get him fucked up. And I'm like, thank you. She is out there. Let's be clear. Sierra ain't ugly. She in shape. She been fine. She got her own money. And don't nobody want her with Russell Wilson.
She bad as fuck.
Exactly.
I'm going to just be real. And Style Child, I thank you for what you said about you knowing how it was before she came out. See, you know something inside that we don't. I'm going to just tell you what I'm seeing from the outside. This
belong to the streets. I'm sorry.
I'm coming from the outside. I didn't see anything wrong with that marriage. What he said helps me out. What you said helped me out. This is what we seeing. They married. They've been comfortable. I ain't seen no negative press.
This is why this is the issue that's going on now. And this is probably why you have feminist movements. Because you guys can have a body and go outside and nothing happened to y'all. And y'all can do stuff like that and be free to do it.
That's fair. That's fair.
We are not allowed to. We have to follow the rules. There's always rules.
You don't got to. There was no more rules. The rules are out the window, sweetie.
No, you just said
in a liberal world. No, I make rules for my lady. I make rules for my lady and my personal relationship. I don't make rules for all the women in the world. Y'all can come outside naked. It's only gonna be a good look for me. I may crash the car, but I'm good.
You guys are saying that this is gonna ruin. This could be something that impacts the marriage. But if she's working, I'm not
all right. If she's working, I'm not gonna have my lady doing a job that dresses like that. So that's out of the question for work. I'm not gonna allow it in my personal life. Period. Huh?
She don't work at Target. This is her field. It's entertainment. So
yeah, great. But I have all the money. I don't need you to do that no more. All right. We're never going to agree on this topic. We're going to go back and forth.
No, it's not about agreeing. I
No,
wanted
get
to
one
give
more
you
load off.
my
Get it off, baby. Get it
I
off.
wanted to give you
Keep working.
my point of view on
Give
why
it to
I
me.
felt like it would be okay for her to do this and not in how I feel like it should not impact the relationship.
Okay, go for it.
I did. Nobody was.
Yeah,
listening.
she did.
No,
No, we
I know.
did. No, we
Tony, I completely understand your point of view, and I
We
do
did.
understand what you're trying to
I
say.
didn't
At this
agree.
level,
Yeah.
she's not going to get disrespected. She's basically protected and safe. And they're saying that it's just a standard of behavior, no matter what level you're at, that of respect that she's not showing. I see what both of you all are
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, and only a weak man, in my opinion, and I don't give a fuck about she's going to make money. If I didn't have any money, that's fine. But the money she's getting or going out to put on that dress that
No, I
one day,
completely
she
heard.
make say something. Say for you know what's so hilarious about this? Say for example, if this is money, and she's making money and she's just that. She made her fucking money before she put that dress on the other day. If they paid her $250,000 to wear that fucking dress, he could still say, I got more money than that. No.
But
How about
I'm not really thinking about the money. What I'm talking about, yeah, she's making
saying money and
but
working
I'm
all the fucking
saying
time.
that this is
Everything
her
that came out of
job.
her mouth was money and
Her
working.
job is the
Money.
entertainment field.
What are we talking about? All right, I get it.
If
I
her
mean, we
job
know.
is entertainment, this is part of the job. She has
She's
to.
entertaining perverts coming out of the house naked as a Christian married wife. Who the fuck is she entertaining coming
So wait a
outside?
minute. So then she's not supposed to dress in any clothes. She's just supposed to be like
Oh my
suited
god.
up to her neck,
You better-
niqab, the whole niqab, and everything. That way
Not
you making yourself
hitting
look
all
crazy
that,
right
but
now.
like
T-Rolly, time out. You making if the wrong person sees this podcast, they're gonna chop this up and be like, this is the cognitive dissonance that some black
what
women
you
have.
do
You're gonna
is
make
you
yourself
put
look
your
so
opinion, say
crazy right
wrong
now.
things,
With your
and label
fucking
it as
opinion.
opinion radio.
Nuts. It is opinion radio, and we're all entitled to it. But if your opinion sounds totally off the fucking wall, I'm gonna say something about it. God damn.
No, I don't.
It's nuts. It's fucking nuts what you're saying.
You're mad at her for going to work.
Oh God! But it's not about money. Nobody said nothing about
Ace
money.
World, though. But Ace World, in our reality, you're not always going to agree. And I don't think what she's saying is off the wall just because you don't agree. You have to agree to disagree.
Exactly. Because listen, because we're supposed to. That's why I keep putting the opinion ahead because that's
Yeah.
what we're entitled to. But I'm
Just
gonna go
like
back and forth. We're like an old
the
grumpy
same
couple
thing.
or some shit. We're gonna go back and forth. That's crazy, though.
Yeah,
Go
but it's
ahead.
the same thing about the bird chest boys, about the bird chest, about the bird boy chest, whatever.
bird
I don't
chest
like
boys.
the little
Yeah, the
niggas
bird chest boys.
You know what I'm saying? The
bird chest boys
the
with-
bird chest boys with guns. Now that we got a thickie, now that we got a thickie on the panel, you know what I'm saying? You have something to compare it to. You know what I mean? It's like you have to understand too. It's always about preference and what people are. No, Russ did not look happy to see her in that dress, and I'm sure they probably had a couple of arguments, and I'm sure they was going back and forth, just like you and Ronnie's going back. But in the day, she came outside in it. You know what I'm saying? But the bird, just like I think the bird chest boys with guns. I think a lot of that has to do with they're not eating. They're not properly hydrating, so their brains ain't working at full capacity. Arizona's and Takis and ramen is not good nutrition. Plus, on top of all the pills and the drugs they doing, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and you say that there's some of the boys that they may not be doing the drugs, but they got on the uniform though. So, but it's still not a healthy lifestyle. They don't go get haircuts. They're not washing their hair. Like you said, they got bad hygiene. All of this leads to fucked up behavior.
Facts.
Their brains and their bodies ain't working at optimal levels. It's like you're dealing with people that are got ADHD and autism, and you can't fix it because they doing drugs and short circuiting their brains every day. They can't even make good, solid decisions.
That's true. Because like I say, they look a little malnourished.
You rowdy, man. Some rowdy
4
folk.
pounds,
Yeah.
4 pounds.
So how are you gonna reason with people that don't even have enough hydration in their body for their brains to get proper flow? You know what I'm saying? You can't even.
The Milky Way commercial. When you're hungry, you just don't feel like yourself. You be like the old lady.
You know what I'm saying? And we still ain't got to the prosties yet. I wonder what you're gonna say about the prosties.
So let's roll into the prosties. We're gonna use Sierra as the perfect segue into the prosties.
Lord have mercy. Hey, squirrel.
Damn, man.
Hey, squirrel.
Jesus.
Hey, squirrel.
I'm talking
Hey,
about
squirrel. That's not nice.
the attire. Come on, man. So let's
That
go
is
into
not
the
nice, hey, squirrel.
Let's talk about the
My
pros.
man.
So we're gonna go into the thumbnail right here, the pros. So
You know what, hey, squirrel? That's not nice.
Oh
never
my
is.
God.
Nice. So let's gonna go into the prosties. So let's see. Let me try to pull that.
Shout out to
separate.
Charlie B outside. No disrespect. She looks great. I'm not hating, just a perspective. Agreed.
Oh hell
Yeah.
shit! You look hella good. I'm not this. Yo,
Yeah.
I'm throwing some eye candy for your boy. I'm not saying it didn't look good. What are you kidding me?
No, I didn't say that.
No, we're not arguing. I feel like this conversation is important because this is what could make and break a relationship. You're providing rules. If you go into a relationship and you now changing the rules while you're in the relationship, like, okay, I didn't realize I had to wear certain clothing and be a certain way now that I was married, even though this is my job. So if I work at Target and Target makes me work overtime.
Yeah,
And
but you only get to wear beige khakis and a red vest.
And you didn't marry me when you married me, Target wasn't offering overtime, and now Target is offering overtime. So now you're gonna divorce me because I shouldn't care about that extra money. I should just not work the overtime.
Okay, we'll put it like this: if I make enough to where you don't have to work at Target at all, what the fuck are you doing there to begin with?
I'm not supposed to have a
Number
job.
one. Well, if
That's
I'm
my
a
life.
millionaire,
I should be okay. As a
all
female,
right.
I'm okay to have a job.
All right, well, that's your situation.
God bless
And
you.
that's what you will allow in your relationship, and that's what I would not allow in mine. So we'll agree
Y'all
to
gonna have to agree to
disagree.
disagree right here,
That's what I'm
y'all.
saying. We'll agree
Yeah.
to disagree,
Yeah.
but I'm like, man, listen, shit.
Y'all gonna make me turn into the mayor of Haps.
You're gonna fuck around and oh man.
Yeah, you gotta keep it
You're
at
gonna
a
have
agree to
tough road ahead
disagree.
of you, man. Because if she's ready to come out the house like this, then you're saying no, and she's like, I don't care, I'm going out like this. You're gonna have a hard time getting the real nigga. I'm trying to tell you now, ma. But we're gonna move on. Let's bring it to
You're
the
gonna have a hard
pros.
time keeping one. She gonna
You're
get
gonna
one.
have a hard time not getting them. You can get them for a few nights,
Yeah.
but all this hanging around, you're gonna be like, he belongs to the streets. Say that again. I'm gonna keep it real because I'm gonna tell you how men, like I say, you can't. A fish won't teach a fisherman how to fish.
She's already
right?
married.
To a simp. He belongs
A
to someone.
squirrel. A squirrel. A squirrel.
It's like the best of both
A
worlds.
squirrel.
You have the ultimate simp and the ultimate.
What
street.
the hell, man?
Let it go.
What the hell?
A squirrel.
What the hell?
Why?
I'm letting it go.
She doing my man dirty, man. She came in a disguise. She made him wait for the pussy all this time until they got married. And all of this. I'm really disappointed in this bro. I'm gonna keep this shit. Let's hold on.
I try.
If y'all gonna go this way, if y'all gonna go there with
A
this shit.
squirrel. For
She
real, this
made
is the kind of night we gonna
Future
have
and
today with
everybody
you.
else, Future, Jazzy Faye, all of them was smashing, doing their thing with her. She was all on the streets. You see
50 Bow Wow too.
50 Bow Weezy.
Yeah.
Everybody
You
fucking
Bow
except
Wow,
me,
yeah.
Tony B and Mr. B. Everybody smashed except me.
Yeah, we ain't touching. We ain't
Fellas
touching.
and Charlie B. Did you smash? Sierra? Well, whatever. Everybody smashed except the three niggas on the family. And then Russ got more money than all of us combined. Russ had more money than all of us combined. He was a God-fearing man, the kind of woman that everybody wants, the man that every woman wants, allegedly. You know, and then and she made him wait for the coochie.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Outside Johnny, Little Leroy, all them smashed. They didn't beat the brakes off that shit. And Russ comes along with all of his money and fame and notoriety. And because he's a God-fearing man, I think he got taken advantage of. That's what I think. So I don't really respect her gangster. Because trust me, if Future already had a couple baby mamas before she came along, but she thought he was going to treat her special, and he didn't. He baby mama zoned her.
But here's the thing, though. But Ace, well, this is. But here's the thing.
I'm just keep let me get my shit off because I feel like she did Russ dirty. You don't go to a clean cut man like that and carry yourself in such a dirty manner. It's disrespectful. Then to be using the name of the quote unquote Lord. You know what? I think people that use the name of the Lord and all this other shit, they're gonna go to hell before me because I'm not up here saying all of that Jesus shit. You know what I'm saying? But she talking Jesus this, Jesus that, titties all out on TV. The fuck are we talking about?
And that's the thing that started. That's what
This bitch is
started
gonna
the
go to hell
issue.
before me. If we die at the same time, this bitch is gonna be in front of the line in front of me to the gates of hell. I can guarantee that. I'm gonna keep it a bang.
Oh my god.
My God.
I'm not
You get punished more. You get punished more if you preaching that shit. Like all these fake preachers and shit like that. And you know damn well you don't believe.
But it's bad,
that
but
nigga's
it's
in the
true,
line
though.
before me.
Charlie B,
You're
you stupid, Charlie B.
I'm not claiming that shit. I'm not claiming that shit. So I'm like, yeah, all right, go to the back of the line, nigga, because you ain't claiming. You wasn't faking the funk. But all these
Charlie
fake
B, okay.
faking the funk ass bitches and niggas, y'all niggas is in line first. Go ahead, nigga. Go ahead. I'm holding the spot for somebody. Go ahead, y'all. You know, right before you get to the cashier and you're waiting for somebody to come with the shit, like, nah, go ahead. You let the nigga in front of you. I'm doing that all day on these niggas. Man.
Charlie B doing the most.
He said facts. I hit it too.
See, Charlie B even smashed it. Oh, everybody
diabolical, man. Y'all diabolical.
Okay.
Russ had to wait for the box, and then she started stopping it up again.
Wait just a second. Let me. I need to tap. Let me just hold up.
Go ahead.
Real quick.
My opinion and fair use up here for Sierra. Try to say, hold on.
Now we never really. I was hoping to get back to the process. I know you had to get your shit off. You had to get your shit off your chest, Ace Mero. And I understand.
Let her air out. Did my man, put some respect on Russ's name, man. Well, this nigga game is in the toilet bowl now. He can't even throw the ball. Bitch got him on edge. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh my God, Ace.
Go ahead. Let it go. You better speak quick.
Why we off camera? That's all I know.
Speak quick before I keep going. Go ahead. Interrupt me. I got no face for this broad.
I'm let you get your shit off. Go ahead.
It's off.
Okay.
Give me a cigarette.
Why we off camera?
That's the cigarettes.
Lord have mercy. Okay.
That's all I want to know.
Why he cooked this man and this girl?
Let's go. All right.
I can't see me.
Go ahead, start.
No, I can't see anybody. But here's the thing. Since we still haven't got to the prosties, we still talking about
the pros now. We sliding back to the pros. Sierra was the segue. Let's rewind. All right, we're back to the pros.
Jesus Christ.
Back to the pros now. Let's get into the pros.
Oh, see, you know what?
We on.
No man's a menace.
Go ahead.
He is a whole menace, a whole terrorist out here.
Let's go get it. We don't just negotiate with terrorists. Go ahead. Let's get it, sis.
We don't negotiate with terrorists.
Nah, we are terror. Go ahead.
Well, I don't even want to talk about Sierra anymore. I was gonna have something to say, but I don't even want to say it no more.
Let's talk to prosties. Yeah, we let Sierra. We let her off the hook now. We let her off the hook.
Well, you done rotisserie, like nigga. Just never mind. Go on with the prosties. You understand?
Let's talk to pros then. Let's talk the pros.
The pros about prosties.
Let's talk prosty culture right now.
Prosty culture is the girls that get flued out. Prosty culture is the girls that get niggas to Cash App and Venmo and PayPal them for dates before they go on them. Prosty culture is the chicks that think that Birkins and shoes and clothes is okay to trade their vagina for. Prosties don't look like prosties no more. Prosties look like regular chicks like me. Okay, it's a whole lot of me's out here
now.
No, I'm saying I didn't say me. I said they look.
No, not you. I'm just saying like the regular chick.
Yes.
Looking girls.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell my story. Go ahead.
Regular. That's what.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say like.
Yes. So prosties ain't the chicks walking tracks and got pimps and shit no more. They pimping themselves.
Yeah, they mix with the regular folks.
With the advent of IG and social media and shit, Pornhub, Backpage, all this shit, you don't have to walk a track no more. And it's easier to catch it. It's easier to catch a dude's attention when you got on a suit and some heels. And since my heels have come in, since niggas want to shame me about wearing heels all the time, even though I have a professional job, it's easier.
That was hate.
So it's easier to catch a man's attention. It's easier whether they realize it or not. It's still you're doing the same shit. You're just not putting the same label on it. And I don't care what any woman says, and this is just my personal opinion as a woman. Anytime you put a price on your vagina, that is prostitution at its finest.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well said.
Let's go. Let's go. But let me tell you real quick, the prosties and the pros are mixed in with the regular folks now. You can't
Yes,
tell
they
it.
are. I just said that. Yes, that's the fuck
You're
they
right.
are.
Because remember that movie back in the days called They Live?
Yes.
And homeboy found the sunglasses and put them on, and he seen that the aliens was just hanging out, niggas at the bar
That's
ordering
Mr.
drinks and
Roddy
shit,
Piper, yes.
kicking it with the broads and shit.
So funny if you all know the movie.
The
We
prosties,
all saw that shit. Yeah.
what if you get the pair of glasses where you can see who's a prosty and who's not because they sprinkled in. I told y'all a story a couple of years ago about met a little shorty at the bodega, you know what I mean? Got the number. Like, fuck it, I'm out of it in a couple of days when rotation come around, you know what I mean? Her number came
Not
up.
me.
Let me hollered at her. What's up? Said, you know I'm a working girl, right? I'm like, oh, that's good. Where you work? Walmart, Target. You're like, where you work?
Nah.
That was being stupid. But I'm like, come on, man. Don't be just giving the number out. And when you give me your number, you're supposed to say you're a working girl then. Don't make me think that I'm a kick it. I'm getting my game. I'm gonna run a little game in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me know. But it's cool though, because like I say, it's better to pay up front than to pay later. I'm just saying. Because if she's keeping it a band from the beginning, she's supposed to say, look, I'm a working girl. You can call me if you what's the name? Not like, because I roll with a sense of confidence. Like I think I look good, I think I feel good, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that the chicks be feeling me. So I'm like, but like she was just trying to make it fail. She was just trying to make it.
But on the back end, because I am actively dating on the back end, what that does to women like me is because, like y'all tried to tell me last week, I may look high maintenance, but I'm not really, because I do all my own shit. I do my own hair. I mean, not my hair like that. Like I can't cut my ends. If I could, I would. But like I do my own eyebrows, my nails, my feet, my toes, my lashes. I do this shit myself. So I don't need a man to maintain shit. But so when you don't ask for a lot, men think they can bare minimum you because they're so used to cashing out. At this point, it's like now they feel like they can give you the bare minimum, or I said back page Charlie B, or I said it. I said it.
He said that shit. I was trying to say that.
Got this brothers like that.
So, but the thing is that now that this has become so common, men think that they think they can bare minimum you, or they can treat you as less than. I told you the story backstage, Smoke, about how corny ass dudes, and not corny in a good way, corny ass dudes now think they can just treat you any kind of way because dudes that shouldn't even be here think they can treat you any kind of way because you're not making these demands because you're really trying to fuck with them. And this is even I'll even use myself. Tell the truth. This dude wasn't even my type physically. Like I'm gonna just tell you physically. JoJo is more physically. It's like I like me a thick dude. Bring your thick ass here. 2 something to do something. 3 something we gonna freak something. You understand?
Look at this.
I hit the gaze one time.
But you know what I'm saying? But it's like He's like, no, but I do. I like, but I respect. But I've always liked the big dude. So so for a dude that's not even my type, you're 5'6", nigga, and you know what I'm saying? Like you 5'6", I'm skying you in 3-inch heels. Like you should be very humble right now.
Oh God for him. Yeah, but he wasn't humble, man. You tried to tell a nigga be humble.
So they try to bare minimum you now because you're not coming in the door because they already have a perception of what your persona should be. Like Tony D said, I look like I should have a certain persona. And so when you come in and you don't have this persona of being whatever, the arrogance or whatever, because I got my hair done, nails done and stuff, and I'm wearing my heels and I'm dressed nice. So you come in normal and you cool and you know how to kick it. Then they think they can talk to you and treat you fucked up. But on the other end, but I'm not about to. First of all, my vagina is priceless, and we're not bargaining for my body. We're not doing that. So, but now that's the culture we're in now. Dudes think they can just bare minimum you and backdoor you because you're not out here acting all like you're not coming in the door saying gimme.
Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
I mean it too.
And you're not trying to be. You're not making it. But I get what you're getting at. So basically, you weren't. You gave him a shot. He wasn't really your style. Like he wasn't really your cup of tea. But he's like, you know what?
I'll try.
Sometimes I feel like this all the time, right? for example, somebody may have a certain type, like, yo, I like, for example, tall, dark skinned girls, or I like short, light skinned girls, whatever you like. You have a type, but sometimes you'd be like, well, this person seems cool. Let me, you know what I mean? Because everything
Exactly. He had good
beauty's not
conversation.
skin deep. Yeah, it's beauty, whatever the hell, however that saying is, not skin deep or
Yeah.
is skin deep, whatever the fuck it is. I
Mhm.
may have messed that up. But anyway, and you gave it a shot. But what you alluding to, like for example, you're like your look, like it's a high maintenance. A lot of guys are intimidated by the look, right? They're intimidated by the look, so sometimes they're not going to approach you because they're intimidated with the look. So he's like, "Oh shit, damn, I got lucky," right? But he didn't see that you were coming at him from a transactional standpoint,
I
right?
wasn't.
Because he's like, damn, wait a minute, damn, she look good, and she's not on that pro shit. She ain't on that prostate on that. Because when I mean prostate, you don't literally necessarily mean the literal prostates. We're talking about the
Yeah.
culture, as
The
in
culture, yeah, I know what you
transactional
mean.
dating.
I
Every
didn't come in the
dating
door
is
like that.
exactly like some women. Oh, I won't date a broke man. I won't date this. I won't do. Your standard has to be this. Your standard has to be that. But like
Right.
the prosties is like like you say, for example, the pro. Look, man, I need to do my hair. Send me 200 before we go on a date. You're charging me for your time, like on some prosty shit, and I didn't even clap the cheeks yet. So
Can I
that's
add to
crazy.
that?
But he seen that you look
Right.
good and you wasn't like you could be on that shit. You understand? Because most of the women that you'll see on social media, you sisters on here looking nice. They're looking nice, and so they looking at y'all like, yeah, they probably the same ones on social media talking that six
Mm-mm.
pack, 6 figures, 6 inches,
Mm-mm.
6 degrees, took all that 666 shit. But y'all not really coming at dudes like that. You got your own,
Yeah.
got your own money and all your own shit going on. But like, people assume. You understand? Just like you would assume I'm bird chest boys with guns in the summertime. But I usually wear a shirt, like what I'm saying. I ain't cutting
You know
no
what I
more.
mean?
Can I
I'm a
add
little
to
open now.
what
Go
Star Child
ahead. You don't need- Go ahead. I'm sorry.
you know how like if the dating scene has been ruined too because
Right.
and it's not just transactional either.
Yes.
Because now it's also about a look. Because the culture now is bankrolling, not so much being rich, but looking bankrolled. So, like you were
Potato
saying,
family.
the
Mhm.
the pricey bags, the nails, the expensive outfits or suits. Because guys, same thing. You're not getting the looks if you're not in the expensive clothes. If you don't have the label.
If you don't have the image, if you don't have the
Yeah.
image,
But
There you
no,
go.
but no, but no. Time out. I'm sorry, Roni. But look, statistics show in the hood, most of the serial baby daddies be these bird chest boys with guns. So you get in the look because they don't really have nothing to offer, but like
Right.
some of them ain't even swagged out. Some of them ain't really got the money. Like so they'll be happy to lay down with them either or. The dude with the money, he can be, she can date both of us. Me and Bird Chest Boy with the gun. Like we can both be getting some. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't because these are the fathers. These are the men producing the babies in the hood. These dudes have all the children. 54% of black men are employed with no children, believe it or not.
This is
Think
true.
about that.
Yeah.
So these dudes right here are the ones that have 3 baby mamas, 4 baby mamas. You understand? So I don't for me, the life for me, I don't understand why y'all nice looking women are laying down with these dirty bastards.
Don't say us.
I
And what
asked
the
the
fuck
question
y'all are
earlier.
doing? Like they can't
Don't
provide for
say
you,
us.
they
I
can't feed
asked
the
the
kids. What
question
the fuck are
earlier.
y'all doing?
I asked that and I said,
Fuck
whoever
the
listens
guy
to
with the
this,
job,
put it in the chat.
please.
'Cause I need to know.
These are okay. Smoke. You have to differentiate by age. These are youngins.
This is
Youngins. I'm talking. This
young
is young folks. This is young
Yeah.
folks. But
Yes.
there are Gen X's that got babies by the 40-year-old version of these motherfuckers. Don't get it twisted. You heard? Remember earlier when I said if you 40, nigga, let's get your shit together. So those are Gen X niggas that got that still is on that same swag
Okay.
shit. That was them when they was little niggas. They was
Are we
20 like
talking
this.
about prosties or
They
chest or
40.
chest boys?
both.
Talking both because the pro culture, as in the hoes that want transactional relationships and dating, they still would have babies with bird chest boys with
Yes, they
guns.
do.
You understand?
Yeah.
But at the same time, they telling they on the meet on social media talking about, well, well, your baby daddy's a bird chest boy with a gun, but you demand a 6-figure nigga. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
here's
So
the thing about
you just want
that. Here's the thing about that.
world. You want bird chest boy to fuck you. You want 6-figure nigga to pay for your lifestyle.
Bingo.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right there.
Exactly.
There you
Right?
go.
Exactly.
Which is crazy.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
so
you
like
want the wild
what
lifestyle.
the fuck are we doing with
It is a wild lifestyle, Jojo. But like I said, but I was gonna say what
law?
Smoke was just saying. You
Go
want
for
because the bird chest boy, and I'm only talking not from experience because I don't. I wish the fuck I would, but no. But no, I know you fucking right.
bird chest boys with guns. So
Hell no. But I've seen it a lot. So the bird chest boys with guns is kind of like the same. It's kind of like the same appeal that the dude with the beater and the gray shorts and the slides is the dot uniform. All he got to offer is a 9-inch with a curve in it. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. That's all he got to offer. That's it.
Hey, don't you be talking about me? I'm joking.
But because
Wow.
but for real, that's all he got to offer. And I'm gonna tell you what, being a younger chick, what you will find out as you grow up is that dudes like this who don't have shit to lose, I don't know where they learned to fuck at, but good God Almighty, they will beat your back end, okay? If you let them. Homeless dudes like this.
Remember, we still had the Barbie dolls, and you had the Barbie doll, and the Ken doll, and all the Ken doll would be doing.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so what happens is
it's crazy, but she's speaking fact. She's speaking the truth though, because there's some dudes I know who've been successful. They get themselves a chick, and that chick will leave them for that same dude that been chilling in the hood his whole life.
Exactly.
He ain't move out the hood. He ain't never.
He ain't shit. He ain't shit.
He ain't do nothing. He been on the same corner store for the past decade.
He ain't shit.
Charlotte be outside, so I think low self-esteem comes into play.
It's not low self-esteem. It's not necessarily low self-esteem. What it is it becomes a thing where, because now social media has made women, especially black women, successful black women even of marginal success who have managed to elevate a little bit, they have tricked us into believing that there's a scarcity of men that are available. So they don't understand that they still have access to certain kinds of dudes. So they go back to what's familiar. And what's familiar is the bird chest boy with the gun.
Facts. Because remember, they grew up with them. Remember, they went to school with them boys.
Exactly. But now they want the stilettos. Like she said, they want the Birkins. They want their nails done. And the bird chest boy in the hood is like, bitch, fuck you. Go get you a rich nigga. So they go get a rich nigga.
And then she fucks him. The rich nigga and the bird chest boy with the gun.
But what happens is that because social media also gives us conflicting ideas about what corny actually is. She doesn't really truly form a respect for the dude that's actually providing anything. You understand what I'm saying? It's a mentality issue. It's a thought process.
Exactly. Now check this out, because you hit it right on the head. Keep this. Now, and I don't want to spin too far off it, but it all relates together because we're talking about the inner city and we're talking about the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that, for example, and I always say this, like, why is the image like sent like because remember in other communities, like the bird chest boy with the gun doesn't have the babies and all this other stuff. He doesn't have 4 baby mamas and stuff.
Yes,
maybe in the trailer park, because remember they outnumbered us by a lot. Like remember, we're talking 13%. We're talking 13%. But as a whole, right? Remember, if you're coming from a impoverished neighborhood or something like that, and a lot of people are unemployed, what do you do in the daytime? Hang out, drink, smoke, watch TV, fucking, bullshitting. Yeah. So that's where these bird chest boys with the gun, I guess, learn to get a lot of practice on the chicks that are not working. They ain't got nothing else to do. So you home, I'm home, you home every day, I'm home every day. Let's just get some practice. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But whatever the case is, it is what it is. I'm not saying, I'm not mad at nobody. I'm just doing what I do. You know what I mean? But like, that's it's kind of the concept. Like, so we
But you
gotta
said, why did the bird test boys would have? Because in our community, Smoke, it comes from programming and trauma. Even as little kids, and we're Gen Xers, so I can speak to us
you're right.
specifically. We weren't taught that being educated and being stand up was okay. And I can attest, because we
We
all went
shame
through
it.
this.
Why do we shame it? Oh,
I'm about to explain why. It's programming. They
yeah.
didn't want us. They didn't want us. It's even in school. All the kids, myself included, I just happen to know how to fight. But all the kids, because I've been wearing glasses all my life, all the kids, myself included, who achieved, who had vocabularies, who did their homework, who got good grades. If you couldn't finesse that with your personality and make it palatable when you went home, you got your ass beat. You
Well, you were
understand?
teased. Yeah, I know that. I smell that. Yep.
So
'Cause
you
you were
had to
nerd.
learn how to bridge it. And a lot
Fact.
of the times though, a lot of us, not me, because I learned how to bridge that gap. Usually because I learned with my vocabulary, I learned how to eat a nigga a new ass with my mouth real quick.
Oh shit! Wait. Hold on. What you doing later?
No, I'm not talking about that, you nasty motherfucker. That's not what I meant.
I'm joking.
Oh
I don't
my
say that.
god,
I don't say that
man.
stuff either, man. Oh man,
No.
let me do a commercial. Yo, let me tell you. One time I was with this. Now I'm joking. I'm joking.
Stop.
But I learned how to
Go
cuss.
ahead, go
Okay, I learned how to cuss people out real quick. And I also learned how to use my hands. And so that kind of bridged the gap in between people fucking with me. But a lot of people, especially girls, didn't learn how to do that. But I also became, like the protector of people. You ain't gonna fuck with her because she going to school every day. Leave that girl the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? You just don't do that. But but even now I get told that I talk white. Just because I have a great command of the King's English, I speak white. What the fuck? English is English, motherfucker. Who you talking to?
Curses are the same in English and in English.
You know what I'm saying? But I also know how to break my verbs and drop my INGs when I have to. It doesn't matter. It's the same shit. But it's a cultural thing because they wanted to keep us in a certain mindset. They never wanted us to elevate. Smoke, come on now. They didn't even want us to read at one point. Come on, quit playing.
That's true though. But you know what's crazy though? At some point, because I'm always the anti. I'm always the anti. They. Like fuck it. If everybody on this panel could have achieved, I'm saying, listen, man, nothing's gonna be easy. That's the rules. You got to work twice as hard to get just as much.
Yeah.
But that's the game.
Yeah.
Like, get with it or forget it, man. Because I'm never gonna say the they, because they didn't stop me from doing shit. Like I could be even further than I am if you know what I'm saying. Because nobody
Right.
stopped me. You stop yourself. If anything, sometimes you don't get pointed in the right direction. And that's more
Absolutely
so
not.
what you're saying. We're not getting. Sometimes we're not getting pointed in the right direction.
No.
Right. But at the same time, right? At the same time, we behind the 8 ball, all that other stuff. But at the same time, we got to figure this shit out because they're not coming to save us. Nobody's coming to help us. So we got to figure this shit out ourselves. We can have all the dialogue in the world. Yo, man, they did this, they did that. We know they systematically do this, they systematically do that. Nigga, well, figure out the fucking cheat code. That's what we need to do.
Well,
and when you figure out the cheat code, each one teach one, and let's do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard. It's hard, but you gotta listen. It's either you take the L or you fight harder. That's the only choice. Go ahead, Roni. I'm sorry.
Well, we're not gonna figure this out because this is the culture. I mean, the culture is make money easy, right? So I guess we have to figure out how to break that. And how do you break something where it's people like the easy route. So people don't like to work that hard work. These young kids, these bird chest boys with guns, for them making this money, the easy route is the best way. How do you deter that? By telling them go to school? No, they don't want you telling me in 3 years, 4 years, I'm going to graduate and maybe get a job, whereas I can get a job now in the streets and I'm making money now. How do you break that? I mean, yes, we're having a conversation, but it's more. We got to do more than just have the conversation. We got to come up with an answer, because if we don't, this is going to keep going.
Exactly. How do you stop? How do you reteach? How do you reteach men? How do you reteach women and men our age to stop being transactional the way they date? How do you teach women you're not supposed to ask niggas to cash app you? How do you teach a dude our age it's okay to get to know a chick, and it's okay for it if it don't work out to keep going? Just like, you know, as me, I'm actively dating. I have to keep going, even though one corny dude hurt my feelings, you know, or I hurt my feelings. One corny dude pissed me off, and whatever. I have to keep going. But how do you reteach people to stop treating regular ass chicks just because of whatever your perceptions are? You know what I'm saying? How do you do that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, the problem is this: like, people are unfortunately, because you know I'm not really shit. I don't have the answers, but I can give my own opinion because this is opinion radio. Actually, hit the like button, man. Like, share, subscribe out this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all off balance with that one right there. Like, started one way and went in a totally different direction and shit. But my opinion on this shit is this, man. Look, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, is a saying, right? I don't believe that to a full extent, right? Because if the old dog has only been seeing one thing for a long time, and you show the old dog something new, the old dog possibly may be like, oh shit, that's a new trick. I kind of like that trick right there, right? Possibly. But the whole thing is teaching the old dog, right? Teaching the old dog. If the old dog is like, fuck it, it's too late for me to learn, right? The old dog usually has pups, right? So once the old dog gets the lesson and says, man, listen, that makes a lot of sense, but I don't want to change right now, though, it's the old dog's responsibility to pass it down to the pup. Like, this is how you should be doing shit. You may have seen me do shit wrong the whole time, and I knew it, this, that, and the other, but this is what you need to do. And they be like, yeah, well, I watched you do all of this shit, so why the fuck you telling me this now? And you'll understand later. But the whole thing is there's no science to it. It's the luck of the draw. At some point, when you have a certain demographic of us, so say, for example, say 13%, and say 6.5% of y'all ain't shit, right? At some point, we got to leave them niggas behind and say, fuck y'all, because I'm tired of carrying the weight. Because you know what? They don't have these conversations. And you always hear me say that. They're not having this conversation right now.
No.
It's a bunch of people that did something with themselves and became productive in society and put in the fucking work that has to have this conversation. How do you save the people that don't give a fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I say? You don't save them. Fuck them. That's what I say. You don't save them. I'm tired of trying to save people.
You can't.
Like, it doesn't make it better. I'm not saying I'm right. Listen, trust me. I'm not right in what I'm saying, but I'm just saying it because that's how I feel at this point.
No, I agree with everything you're saying, but I'm saying too, at the same time, you can't just walk away from them because they're walking in our neighborhoods. They down the block. We go to the store, they're at the store.
We're related to them.
These are cousins, whatever. Like, we
They are
got
sprinkled in between, but I'm just saying. What it is.
Okay, so I have a question.
Niggas though, because I know how to deal with them niggas. I'm street too. Don't get it fucked up. I know how to deal with them niggas. That went to school, did something with himself, and fucked the nigga up too, and got juice and all that. So don't get it fucked up. Like, I'm the full circle of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know how to deal with these little niggas, but I'm just saying.
So what do you do about people like us, like me and Roni, for example? Since we're in the 13%, we're on the good side. You know, we still out here trying. Like you said, you want us all to find somebody. How do you teach the dudes that we would actually date that are viable not to be dicks? You know what I'm saying? Like, just be normal. Like, don't be weird. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
It's hard because what happens, realistically speaking, when it comes to socially awkward men, right? Because I know I have some of my friends, like I have a large circle of friends, associates, constituents, all of that other stuff, all the things that fall under those umbrellas of people I associate with, right? From close to distant levels. I know quite a few socially awkward men, to be honest. Like, I'm talking about it, like, you know, but it's not really what happens is socially awkward is it's how you look at someone, because like, You have general population as far as like general people. I can't really articulate this, so give me a second to walk my way through this shit slowly. Like you have like the term socially awkward, or you're a nerd, or you're this, you're that. These are terms that are just labeled by somebody that's the opposite, that don't understand how somebody else is moving. Like you're a nerd. No, you're not a nerd. You're a dumb motherfucker. You can't read. You dumb fuck. Right? You're socially awkward. No, you're chasing bitches all the time, nigga. Focus on your life. Make some fucking money. You understand what I'm saying? So these are terms made by people that are opposite of someone else that doesn't really understand how the other person operates. You understand? So if you take 100% of people and 2/3 of them, 66% is socializing and partying and doing all this other shit, and 1/3 of them are just in the book, like whatever. You can't label me because I'm moving different. You know what I mean? So, like, society has a way of labeling shit.
Yes,
and
very
labeling.
Yes, they very much they do.
Like, but I'm like, fuck you. I'm doing my thing. I'm happy in my box. You do your thing, nigga. What you worrying about me for? So there's no real. I don't really. There's really not I can't really go by a certain labels for folks as far as like how they roll. But when you hear me use those terms, it's just like how the general population will use those terms. You know what I mean? So that's kind of, if that made sense. It took me like damn, nigga, it took you 10 minutes to say that little bit of shit. but
I guess reason why I'm asking,
I couldn't really word the shit right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how I feel about it.
It's because when you're trying to when you're when you nobody wants to spend their life alone. Nobody wants to spend all their time alone. But when you're trying to do their best and you're doing all this work on yourself, going to therapy, you're doing the diet thing, drinking your water, taking care of your skin, trying to elevate, trying to be more self-aware and accountable. All the things they tell you you're supposed to do. Am I right, Roni? And you keep hitting this wall right here. You know what I'm saying? Based on your own set of whatever your morality is, or whatever your values, whatever your code is, because everybody got to live by a code. Yeah. But whatever that code is, and I'm not one to argue with grown-ups. Like I see how you move, and if I don't like it, I remove myself. But I get judged for that too. Who am I as a grown-up to tell another grown-up, I don't like that shit, you should change it? Nigga, if that's working for you, keep doing that. But I don't have to be here, so I'm out. Niggas get mad at me for that. Call me bitches and shit.
Well, you know what it is? Some people don't like constructive criticism, number one.
No. I don't even argue with them. I don't talk about what it is. I just remove myself from the whole energy. If I don't like what I'm seeing, like Ian Levanzon said, you don't get to tell somebody how to love you. You get to see how they move and how they love, and you get to pick and choose if you want to be a part. If I don't want to be a part, I'm not about to argue with you about how you live in your life. If that's working for you, nigga, but I'm out. But I get called bitches for that because I just walk the fuck away.
Yeah.
You have to.
You have to, but at the same time,
honestly, like
y'all do shit differently. Go ahead, T-Roni. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You got a nice joke.
Because I get a lot of darts thrown at me as well.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's like you do get tired of getting all the darts, but unfortunately, I'm so numb now from getting darts thrown at me that now when the darts come, I'm just like, what else? Because I can't.
For real, me too.
It's real.
So
but I don't care about the darts. But I guess in this conversation, I'm just telling you. But what you get. But at some point, you just be like, for real, I got to be a bitch because I don't want to fuck with you because you move fucked up. Fucked up for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to accept that shit. And just because this is the absolute best you have to give does not mean I'm obligated to accept it just because you like me.
This is why
what part of the rule book is that?
This is why you have to be who you are. You have to be your true self because when you are, I don't know how to say this.
Take your time, girl. Take your time.
They will always be like you said. You do the right things as a female. We try these females, these two, the regular schmegulars, right? Yeah. We do the right thing. We go by the book. We do this and we do that. We do everything that we're supposed to do. And guess what? They still don't care. So why am I following a book that's almost unobtainable? I was trying so hard to follow this book. I'm just gonna be my true self now, and just stay your true self. Because
go ahead. I'm sorry, because I'm lost real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt your thing. I don't want to see your thunder.
Yes.
Will you trying to compromise too much to where you became someone else, not your true self, because you're like, well, I'll just be my true self now. Were you trying to bend? Were you trying to do too much to make the relationship work? You understand what I'm saying? Like,
No, when I don't mean it like that.
When you said that, it came off as you were not being your 100%
Okay, sorry. So let me rephrase
during
it.
the process.
Let's.
Right, am I right? Am I right, JoJo?
I apologize. Let me rephrase
Yeah,
it.
yeah. We like, hold on, now you was faking the funk on a nigga. Go ahead. Leave that shit up, goddammit.
No,
I'll be that lady
no.
who wears the mask. You know how they have those? I hate to call them Asian, but they are.
I don't
Asian.
know. You tell
the
me.
Asian ladies who have the mask.
Now.
They wear the makeup and then they peel off the eyeshadow, they peel off the hair, they peel off the lips, they peel off the nose, they peel off the
Jada
teeth.
Pinkett, then I'm gonna get you, sucker.
The ladies, right?
That was Anne-Marie Johnson. That was
Take
Anne-Marie
a
Johnson.
leg off and all that. Go ahead.
That was Anne-Marie Johnson.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
So sorry, no,
like
not
that.
meaning
My bad.
yourself. Don't check
Thank you,
all
Tony
those
B.
boxes. Don't try to live up to that standard that
Okay.
we think a woman should be or a man should be.
Yeah.
Never.
And
You always gotta be yourself, man.
yeah, because
Of course.
we try to, and I had to learn this too because that's what I used to think too. Like in my 20s, I tried to check off the boxes. Let me do this, let me do that, let me do this, let me do that. And life happens regardless.
Yeah.
There's no way of setting
checking
up
off those
safe
boxes.
fails and shit like that. Yeah, shit happens.
Yeah, if you're trying to do that, live up to those standards, you just gotta make yourself miserable.
Yes.
And
It's
I'll give
just-
you an example that's not dating related. Like I have a niece, she's in college, she working so hard in college, she doesn't really hang out like with family and stuff like that. You can't do that. You still gotta live like
Yes,
college.
you can. You know why? Because after you graduate, remember, well, this is how men and women think differently. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue. My
Yes.
bad.
You cannot miss these times with family. You can't miss these because what's going to happen is in those 5 years, anything can happen. You miss your opportunities. Yeah, you're still going to be in college. I understand what you're trying to say as far as hanging out and things because she does hang out with her friends, but like with family and stuff, she doesn't want to hang out with family and things because it's taken away from her studies, quote unquote. But it's not. I'm using the example just to say that you're trying to check off these boxes and be so diligent, but life still happens, and because that you're missing everything. You're missing the learning of life.
I heard you say that before. Yeah, I did hear you say that before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's true. And when I said I'm not checking out boxes, I'm talking about like improving yourself, being more self-aware, going to therapy and trying to fix the issues that you have, trying to change. Because if you keep doing the same thing, it's insanity. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even talking about dating. I'm just talking about being a better you. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over, that's dumb. Then you're gonna get the same results. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying do like me and you move a lot or you've been in a lot of different places, but that takes a lot of that puts a lot of flex on your personality too, to be able to uproot and move from a different city to a different city completely on your own by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like this is my fourth life. You know what I'm saying? I just happened to be here with Kimi, but I did this 2-3 times before by myself.
Yeah. I've done it 4 times myself. Just moved.
Yeah. So it changes your personality. It makes you have to flex and compromise and stretch yourself in ways. So when you're doing all these things and you still getting like you said the darts, and then you become numb, and now it's even worse because now you're an emotionally unavailable bitch and now you don't care.
Oh no.
If the person can't see the positive in the fact that you've been through these experiences and how helpful it may be, then I'm sorry, because you are still going to do you at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All
and
day.
You're going to be who you are, and them coming into your life just like you're going into their lives.
They're going to do the same thing to you. They're going to do
Absolutely.
the same thing to you. Sorry,
beam me up, Scotty, and I'm out.
Yeah. They're going to want you to change your life for them, but when they got to do their own thing, you got to sit back and understand. Fuck that. All you little knuckleheads out there, remember I said that. People want you to change for them, but when they want to change, or you want them to change for you, and they tell you they don't have to,
different.
it just screws you. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
That's what I meant about the checking of the boxes. That's
Of
part.
course not.
Relationships are, but remember, everybody, relationship is about compromise. So both parties are going to have to compromise a little bit. But the whole
Of course.
key is, hold on. Okay, pardon me. The whole problem is it's about compromise, right? And the whole thing is, the older you are, the more time you've had, like say in the field or whatever, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like the more times you've been out, the more encounters, the more situations. So what happens is your tolerance may be different, right? It's just like, oh, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? So because so it makes it actually difficult. The older you are, the older you are, the more difficult it becomes.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
You know what I'm saying? Because you understand, you kind of, it's kind of like the been there, done that theory.
Absolutely.
Shout out, Joe.
Hold on. Yeah, exactly. It's like been there, done that.
When they're done that, yes. You good?
No, I think
No.
I hear it.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you
Yeah,
good.
so, like the older you are, the harder it is to you understand what I'm saying? Because you've been through
Mhm.
experiences. So it's like, it's harder. So when you're younger, you're still fresher. The like you may have only had 2 boyfriends or 3 or whatever. It's the like fucking 5 bad experiences later, you're like, ah man, this is some bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
when you get older, you've been through more. So life is experience, and life is your teacher. You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So the older you are, the harder it is to date, kind of.
It is
It is. It's very hard.
supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be or not, because it's not fun for everybody that says it. It's like it's a motherfucker. But I'm just saying, like,
If
like it's not
if
fair,
if you
obviously,
have,
folks. But I get it. Go ahead.
it's unfair to. I just feel like if whoever like we deal with, if they
Past
judge like
relationships.
based off of
Yeah.
our past experiences
Yes.
in a way that is negative. Yes, we may have some, like I always say for myself, I may have some learning to grow into. Like there's some things I should have done better. Yes, absolutely. And I'm still learning. But if you can't accept the fact that I am telling you I'm still learning, but I have some past negative experiences, then I really can't be with you, because you're not going to be willing to do the dishes when I'm tired. Like, because this is a big deal. And you can't even face this big deal and early on while I'm telling you in advance. Then when the little things come on, they become, you'll
Shit.
become, you'll hate
Wash
that
the
person.
dishes is a little thing. God damn
Yeah.
it.
You
Wash the dishes is a little thing.
Yeah, little things build up into big problems.
Exactly. And then
It's crazy.
try to deal with my emotional and my mental of who I am as a person.
You squeeze the toothpaste from the middle of the tube, goddamn.
Right.
Yo,
What we doing that shit? Yo, I can't stop saying that shit. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Don't ever squeeze the toothpaste from the middle.
I hate it. Smoke. You know what I hate worse than that?
Bottom, and I'm gonna just do the shit right, and then you're gonna come back the next day and keep squeezing it. That's the work of toothpaste all the fucking time. Like, what the fuck are you doing with the toothpaste? But that's
I
not
hate
enough
it.
to
I
me being
fucking
like,
hate it.
yo, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, you fucking up the toothpaste. So what I do is I say, you know what? I like this kind of toothpaste better. So I'm just gonna use my own toothpaste. So I ain't gotta worry about you squeezing the middle of my shit. Like,
Yes.
you keep your own shit, I keep my own shit. It's one less thing that's gonna drive me nuts about like correcting the toothpaste container every fucking morning. Like, fuck.
But God
Little
forbid.
stuff adds up, but you could actually try to nip the little shit. Like, try to find a way to dip around the little shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the little pet peeve or whatever. If you can find a solution to that shit, it's cool. Like, because that's the last thing I want every morning, to be correcting the fucking toothpaste tube before I brush my teeth.
Well,
Like,
God forbid in a previous
how
life.
little and petty it is. Go ahead, Ronnie. I'm sorry.
God forbid in a previous life where, let's say, she was reprimanded for going from the bottom and squeezing. So she was told that she had to squeeze from the middle. right?
Whoever said that was savage, because any civilized motherfucker knows you're supposed to do
I'm
things
saying that did happen.
from the
Yo,
bottom.
this Let me tell you something.
He was raised by some raggedy ass motherfuckers.
Oh
You know what I'm saying? Anything. Do you know?
And your daddy was a bird chest boy with a gun if he told you to squeeze the toothpaste.
Do you know what irritates my spirit worse than that? If you do not put the toilet paper on the roll the right way, it goes down, not under.
Oh man, why are you doing it under? That makes no sense.
It's
I need under.
That be a nigga that's never been in a hotel before.
Nah, man, you gotta hold that down, man. You gotta hold that down.
Training is
no over. It goes over. No, it does not. It goes over.
Supposed to go over. That's
It
the standard.
does.
That's the standard. I mean, either or, it doesn't matter as long as my ass gets wiped.
But it's just the irritant. It's just the
If I'm
irritant.
gonna be the one restocking it, I'm gonna go with the over.
Thank
take
you.
The over under, Tony D. Speaking of gambling, you take the over under 2 rolls or one.
The toilet paper roll.
In the average American bathroom, real quick. 2 rolls or one in the average American bathroom on standby. You take the over. Under.
I'll take the over. I'll take the over.
Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta have the over. 'cause if one finishes, yo,
It's just me, lady. Just me. I got to keep like 3 rolls there. I ain't got to worry about it for the rest of the week.
word.
How many
Actually, because there's 2 women in my house, I keep 6 rolls on deck at all times. It's 2 women. It's a lot of asses over here.
Oh, yeah. Jojo, you keep a couple of. What's your over or under? 2.
It's over. It's over.
Okay.
Thank you,
It's over
Jojo.
because yo, God forbid you have just one roll and you run out and you just walking in the bathroom,
do the little walk,
and you doing your thing, and you just looking like yo.
Get your ass in the shower. Do what they did before they invented toilet paper. God
Like
damn it.
yo, man, shit is crazy. Word. But yeah, you
Get-
gotta have 2. You gotta have
That's
2.
the girl I used to wash her ass every time she shit.
Oh my God, this story again, Smoke. You have to. Oh my God.
I hope she did her.
But she actually used the toilet paper as well, and then she still washed her ass. Anyway, though, yeah,
That's crazy. My other pet peeve is like people don't understand too. Like it's hard because we don't really know how to communicate. People don't listen with intention. People listen to respond, and people listen to be right. So when I tell men when I meet them, I'm a tone person. I will listen to you all day, but you got to talk to me, take the bass out your voice and talk to me nice. And I don't mean that like talking to like tone. When I say take the bass out your voice, that tone, it's that tone. Like, don't talk to me in a domineering, like condescending type way. Like that'll skirt this conversation all the way left real quick.
You better have 2 rolls of toilet tissue in this motherfucker.
I'm a tone person because communication is 90% how you say what you say, not what you said.
Yeah.
Facts. True.
So if you talking to me with the and that stank on your voice as a man, I'd be like, okay, take the bass out your voice, talk to me nice. Because if I put some bass in my voice, you are really not gonna like it. You're not.
I can change like a motherfucker.
Whoa.
I'm gonna show you respect first, but don't make me bring the old me back out. That's all.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. And a lot of dudes think that it's okay to come out the gate talking to you crazy, challenging, testing your gangster.
Women too.
And I'm talking from my point of view. I'm not saying that women aren't guilty, Tony D. I'm just saying I'm a woman. I don't.
She running adjusting her seat like she got.
I am.
You got some smoke.
I do.
You got smoke.
So like how you and Tony D had just said, don't bring the old me out, and something similar, don't bring that out of me. These kids nowadays, because I work with a lot of kids, not kids, I call them kids, but they're in their 20s and early 30s, and they don't want to hear that. That is is a very sensitive. So they do not want to hear a person our age tell them, don't let me go.
No.
They hate. I mean, it's such an animosity.
Put hands on them niggas then. You know what I'm saying?
And that makes them
put hands on motherfuckers.
Because they think they're grown. They're in their mind, 20, 30 years old. I mean,
But you are 30 years. Look, 21 is grown. So I could actually put hands on you at 21. And
oh,
just saying. if I don't know, it would be a fight. It wouldn't be like I'm assaulting a minor.
Exactly. No.
Honestly, I would feel that way too because
Or you can put a foot in my ass. Either or, whoever win.
they don't see they don't see you as a grown person. They see you as equal. You on the same level as them. You know what I'm saying?
If I knock them the fuck out, then I'm over them. I hope you up, maybe.
Yo, this guy. Oh,
Ace World just be going left all the time. He really just don't give a fuck. Like for real, he doesn't.
Respect, man. There's some very disrespectful folks out there in this world.
It is.
Yeah. The pros,
like
the hoes,
I recently had a young lady tell me that I was too old, and that's the reason why I had my opinions, because I was old. And I said, well, you should hope you make it to get to be my age, Miss Thang. And thinking the way you doing and moving how you doing, you might not make it.
They are so disrespectful to people our age. They don't hear anything we have to say. These bird chest boys, especially. Oh my goodness!
But these girls is just as bad. The little girl, I was telling the little girl.
Yes, the girls are. Oh my gosh!
Thank you.
The little
girl earlier. That's exactly what I was saying. They're just as bad.
Yeah, the little girl, she was having something, she was talking about something that was going on in her life, and basically she was asking for an opinion, and I was just telling her, I said, I've been in similar positions. I said, and you should probably rethink how you're moving. I said, because you have to remember your kids aren't always going to be little, and kids do hold memory, and their memories aren't always in context, and they're not always in a chronological order. So what happens when your kids get to be 10, 12 years old, you're going to remember bits and pieces and flashes with no context. And you have to remember that you have an audience, whether you realize it or not. Your kids hear and see so much of what you are and what you're doing. And I said, and so when they're coming at you fucked up when they're 13, 14, you can't get mad, because see, you're not even seeing that what you're developing is a dynamic. You're laying the foundation for a dynamic. And she got mad at me and said, with your old ass. Bitch, who?
They do. These kids now, and these bird chest boys, this is how they are.
Who's to blame for this though? Gen X parents.
I will say this. I will speak as a Gen X parent.
Motherfuckers.
As a Gen X parent whose kids are now going into their 30s, I will say this: not all of us individually, but as a collective, we were probably some of the most horrible parents the world has ever seen.
Yeah, we fucked up the game. I can't lie.
We were the first generation. We were the first generation. We were the first generation. We were the first generation that did not reach back and BOGs to the youngins. We fucked our kids over, under, sideways, every which way. We were spoiled, entitled. We left them with our mamas and daddies. We kept having baby after baby after baby, hopping on dick after dick after dick, 5, 6, 7 baby mamas, having 2, 3 babies a year with 3 or 4 different women.
You're saying Gen
rotating.
Relax.
I mean, rotating. I'm just saying, rotating. You can't have 7 baby mamas if these niggas ain't fucking somebody. You know what I'm saying? You rotating in and out of somebody's houses. You're leaving women behind and going to build a new family over here. You know what I'm saying? Acting like you ain't left kids over here.
Word. Real.
We as a collective, men and women, have caused a lot of trauma to these children, and the women that are left behind are bitter, they're hateful, they're whorish, they're selfish, they're mean.
Damn,
look, and mad mothers, and they the ones that raised these goddamn pros.
That's what I'm saying. And then on top of that, the ones who left their kids with their parents have the audacity to have the entitlement and the selfishness to act like they have some say so or some right, and all they do is buy the kids anything they fucking want to shut them the fuck up. So now you have these overdressed kids going to prom like it's a wedding. You're over rewarding for underproducing people.
Underachievers, yeah.
You're over rewarding for underachieving people, so they never really understand what it looks like to earn anything or get anything, because they haven't earned shit.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we, as a generation, we had this thing because we may have heard it from our parents. I want you to have more than I had.
Yes.
I want you to do better than I did. Right? So what we
Yeah.
did is we say, you know what? Fuck it. See, back in my days, I'm an old head. Just look young and sexy, but I'm an old head. Couldn't get the Adidas shell toes because them shits was $45. Nah, you gotta get the centuries. Them shits is 30. That's your price.
Right.
So I say, yo, as I get older and all that stuff, you start getting into because you used to have like our parents had different restrictions on shit. Like it's you couldn't get certain shit that was a certain price at a certain age range. Like you couldn't get like my brother was in high school, I was in junior high. I couldn't get the high school shit because I was in, you get the junior high school level shit, not the high school shit. There's levels to this shit.
Yes.
Moved up to high school, got a little of the high school shit. Got out of high school, got a job, started getting grown man shit. And the first thing I said was, when I have kids, I'm gonna give them more. I want them to have what I couldn't have.
Of course.
And we're one of the generations, like I don't know, some people heard that from their parents, some people didn't, but we're the generation that really clinged on to this shit. And like you say, over rewarding for underperformance.
Yeah.
Right? So, we fuck it. Let me buy him the $200 Jordan. Yo, the kid is 12. The motherfucking 12-year-old doesn't really need a
Even worse.
$200.
Why does a 2-year-old have his ears pierced?
Yeah, which is insane to me. I ain't even gonna lie. I couldn't even have the balls to pierce my ear until I was.
You know what I'm saying? Why does a 4-year-old need a gold anything?
You know why? Because we as people are so quote unquote swaggerlicious, and we so this, that, and the other. Like I say, there's no way a 5-year-old needs a pair of $100 Jordans that he's gonna go out of in 6 months.
He's gonna grow out of them.
And I'm about to go real hard in the paint on us as parents. I am.
Gonna be too.
I'm gonna just say this too. And I've gotten cussed out by my peers and by people in my family. Having grandkids at our age is no motherfucking flex. You just recycled the same whorish behavior you exhibited. Okay, having grandkids at our age is not a motherfucking flex.
No, it just means that yeah.
And the fact that people out here bragging, I got 5, 6, 7 grandkids. Well, what kind of whorish kids you got out here?
If they're married, it's okay, possibly.
No, but they're not married. That's what I'm saying. They're not married. So I can speak personally. A girl that I know right now, she got 4 kids. She got 12 grandkids. She's proud of that shit. I would be embarrassed and ashamed and fucking appalled.
How old is she?
Remember,
she just turned 50.
She's a Gen X. So put it like this, right?
Yeah.
Boom. That's the difference between certain communities, right? Because in our community, a lot of women are validated by just having a child. Okay, just the reproduce is a validation to a lot of women.
Yes, I was gonna say that.
Another communities getting married is the validation. So we as our people, we're looking at things different from different people, and we seem to be the only people that, like I said, validated by a child. The only people that will shame you from being a honor roll student or a quote unquote nerd. See, we hustle them backwards. We hustle them backwards. We wonder why we are where we are. You understand what I'm saying? I don't mean to be a preacher, but I'm just kicking that game. Like, look at what we do and look at what we don't do. Black women,
exactly.
Women that say, I don't need a man. What other race of women says that? Black men, we have the highest birth rate of unwed women in the world. We're not marrying our women.
That is true.
To our children.
That is true.
Like, so we fucking up all across the board. You understand what I'm saying? Fellas, ladies, we all doing this wrong. We're hustling backwards. And then at the back end of the day, we'll say they did this, they did that to us. But in reality, who's really doing what to who?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're constantly
motherfucker. When you look in that mirror, it's a motherfucker.
Yeah, because we're constantly repeating the same cycles, and it's like, and it's like, and even when you realize, like, I would never, even as a teenage parent, I felt a lot of shame in it. I wasn't happy about it. I had to go back to school and graduate. My son was only 3 months old. I was literally breastfeeding my son while I was sitting waiting for my name to be called. I was embarrassed as shit at my graduation. Like, I was in tears, and it wasn't happy tears. But my whole class stood up for me when I walked across the stage because I didn't miss a motherfucking day of school.
Look, and what did you say to yourself? I'm gonna make sure my children have better than me.
But I didn't hold it as a badge of honor. I was embarrassed. I was, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a flex for me to have a baby as a senior in high school.
But now but you know what it was back in the Gen X, it was rare. But now it's the norm, because before it went from like before, when I was younger, like if somebody got pregnant in high school, they would quote unquote, oh, they got sent down south. Like, East Coast niggas, they'd be like, yo, she got pregnant in high school, she got sent down south because you couldn't be pregnant in high school. It looked crazy. Like, so they would say,
a lot of my friends were surprised I even graduated. They would even drop out of high school. Who gonna drop out of high school? My mama told me, oh, you gotta graduate now.
But they would come back to the school. They would come back to the school, but during the pregnancy, they would be gone for a while, a year or something. They'd come back to the school and finish, but they would be gone for a little while. Right? That's how that would go. So they would send them to their aunt or somebody down south. This was the New York shit. They sent down south.
Yeah.
They say, because you got a bunch of New York niggas on here.
Come on, man. And that's even something, something different.
And they down south, have the baby come back. Where you been last year? I got hurt. Some shit. Whatever. Who knows?
But
maybe some shit or whatever. But
it's crazy, but it's true though.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
But now they have baby showers in the school. So now it's the
school
norm.
got nurseries, man.
That's what I'm trying to say. Which is even that's what I'm saying. So they have the baby shower. All that shit is there. So times change, but not necessarily or worse. But we didn't want to make that behavior acceptable, because when you have this set up, it makes it not encourageable. What's the word I'm looking for? You enable.
Permissive. You enable and it makes it permissive.
Enable the thought process of it, because you have the convenience of, if you have a nursery in a high school, now they're thinking, well, if I have a baby, at least there's a nursery there, opposed to ain't no nursery in this motherfucker. You shouldn't be having babies in high school.
Right. But see, they was there already.
You enable the behavior by setting up facilities for these things. Even, I understand, like, oh, well, it's become an epidemic, we have to do something about it. I get it. Yes. But I think sometimes that's not the right way to go in all situations. We're supposed to say, no, we're going to take a strong stand against this. This is not how we're going to move. You let your family send them down south. Fuck that. Well, also, because that stops the shit. Enable shit. You stop the bleeding. You don't fucking open the wound. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Roni.
Also, this is a total different topic, and we could talk long for this topic.
Let's go for it. My bad. I meant this.
Was the fact that we were having babies at a young age in high school and dumping the babies. This was very problematic in the 90s and the 2000s. In the
90s. That's when the fire department shit first came up. Like, you don't want the baby, bring it to the fire department and leave it. That's the first time I was very
because so
remember.
And
remember that video where he had that was a popular, it was in the 90s, you're right. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Remember when Tupac had the Brenda Had a Baby song? It was popular by Shakur. Like, dump the baby in the dumpster and shit. Because you're right, you're right. It was getting crazy. I'm sorry to steal your thunder, but go ahead.
So while you have this thing where they have nurseries in the school, these girls are still getting pregnant. Do we kick them out of school? A lot of people can't go down south.
No, you don't kick them out of school. You let them go pregnant while they're pregnant. I'm not saying kick them out of school.
And you don't want them to not and have a baby out in the street or somewhere that is unsafe and afraid for them to have the baby. So you create these. I'm
wondering what you're talking to.
In the school is what you're saying.
No, what she's saying is
like
No, what she's saying is, I had.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, because I got what's the name too? Because I'm thinking like when you say like have the baby in the street, like they're delivering babies in the fucking school now. Like, what are we talking about here? Or that's just like that's daycare. I'm not being silly this time. I'm being really dead ass. Like they delivering babies in this motherfucker now too. See, Ronnie?
So you have
Mm-hmm.
safer options for having your child. So if you still want to continue in school and go to school with your peers, you have this option of having daycare in the school.
Yeah.
It's not, yes, I get what you're saying, that this enables teenage pregnancy, but at the same time, these girls are pregnant. You give them no option for them to drop out of school. You know, some girls don't have the support system.
Yeah.
What do you do? So they'll give up the baby, they'll leave the baby in the street. You have the safe haven program, but at that time it wasn't enacted. So it, for people like Star Child, it was very hard. She had to have her kids and still go to school, and there was no options of daycare in the school.
Exactly. But at that same time, the rates weren't so high because it wasn't normal at that time. At the same
rates
time,
were incredibly
high. Listen, well, I don't know because I don't have the numbers in front of me. You can pull them up actually, because if the numbers were the same and the problem wasn't being addressed, because I would definitely think that. Say if you look up the rate, say what year was this? Star Child, your first child was born 30 years.
My first child was born in 1994, and I can tell you what the experience was like. There was no option of daycares in high school.
Of course not.
There was no. Well, wait, but let me. There was no option of daycare in high school. I did not. I had the nurse had my OBGYN on deck. I was allowed to leave campus to go to my OBGYN appointments. It was recommended that I drop out of school because of the tax on my body, walking in between, passing time, going up and down the stairs, all types of shit. They didn't want the liability of me falling down the stairs since I had to climb stairs. So they had to give me an elevator key. I had to go through a lot. On top of the fact that I had to take special classes like parenting classes. I had to carry a baby around with me, the kind that cried and shit, so that I would get used to having the extra strain on my sleep schedule, because the baby would cry like baby. They programmed it to like cry randomly when I took it home.
Yep.
And it was a real baby. It pissed, it pooed, it did all the things a baby does. And I had to bring it back to school every day. I had to talk to a social worker. My mom got CPS involved in the shit. Okay. It was bad business. Okay. So
that didn't even exist. I'm sorry.
So then, but I have to remember too what it did to me socially. You know what I'm saying? So you have to remember, these girls aren't just if they stay in school with their peers. The same girls that I was an athlete at that, and I was applying for colleges. I got into all 10 colleges that I applied to, and my mom still has the acceptance letters, full ride scholarships. All I was a black girl in water back in the day. I mean, I was a swimmer, and back in the 90s, you didn't see black girls in the pool back then. Okay, and so when I got pregnant,
you want to get her wet. You still don't see them in the pool.
Anyway, so now we're back to that again.
On the chair. I'm joking.
So I had to go through. So the same dudes that I used to have so many black dudes at my swim meets. So the same dudes that used to come to my swim meets just to see me in my swimsuit, now they're calling me hoes and bitches and telling me I ain't shit because I'm pregnant.
Whoa. Yeah.
That's why. That happens.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was.
She give it to them. She gave it to somebody else, and now they mad at her for doing that.
Yeah.
We'll put it
so
like
now,
this.
so all the girls who had abortions, now they scared because I'm the one that kept mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm basically putting them on the fire too. So the girls don't want to fuck with me. So now I'm a social pariah. Oh, you have to remember too, not only was I active at school, I was active in my community. I was a Delta Gym. I was the vice president of my chapter of Jack and Jill. I was also active in my church. Do you know
Jack and Jill?
I got booted. I was the only girl in my class of Jack and Jill. They kicked me out of Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
They kicked me out of Jack and Jill. They kicked me out of church. I couldn't come back to church. I couldn't do. You understand?
You know what's crazy? One of my young homies in my church, that happened to him. That happened to
Jack
him.
and Jill don't fuck around.
Just a few.
No, it wasn't just Jack. It wasn't just Jack and Jill. You have to understand too. It was church. I couldn't go back to church. The pastor
because
himself
they look at
told
you different. Yes.
The pastor himself told me I was a bad influence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a ex I dealt with. She told me that shit happened to her.
I was the only girl in my graduating class of Jack and Jill, and I was an executive officer. I couldn't go to my own debutante ball because that's part of the rules. You can't have a baby or be married.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the Jack and Jill shit.
The game is fucked up because, like, you know. But now.
But here's the here's the caveat though. But here's the caveat though, folks. 20 years later, guess what all the motherfuckers in that same community had to do? My son was a beau in the same Jack and Jill ball in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And when my son stepped out in his white motherfucking tux, and they announced his parents' names, Rochelle Smith, and his father's name, all them old ass people that treated me like shit had to eat it in that one moment. You understand?
And don't get nothing on that white facts.
But I'm saying, but these were the same people who treated me badly, and this is the child. You know what I'm saying? You know what they had to do? It done came full circle.
Facts.
And guess what?
These people that you know, some of these people that are educators, like in the infamous Biggie Smalls, this go out to all the teachers that said I was never gonna be nothing. I was hustling crack. You know what I'm saying? Like these educators, because you got to remember, these people that are educating our children don't look like us. You have to understand that. So some of the messages are not going to be the same. You understand what I'm saying? Some of the messages are not going to be what they need to be.
Oh, these weren't white people.
Good educators out there.
That's
I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, generally
these
speaking,
weren't white people.
Well, in that instance, that's fucked up. But I'm just saying it shouldn't be like that. And you know, but at the end of the day, you didn't let them. You know
absolutely not. And what Tironi was trying to say is true. And that's why when I said when they drop them off with their parents, is because the parents take these babies, so the girls never develop the responsibility for the children, so they keep having them. You see what I'm saying? Because they never develop the understanding.
Yeah, you can still do your thing. You can still do your thing and drop the baby.
And the parents never enforce. So what happens? That's why I say. So that's why some women my age have, just like men have 4, 5, 6 baby mamas. They got 4, 5, 6 baby daddies because they kept repeating the cycle, and the parents kept over and over and over again.
Yep.
All right. So see what he says. The birth rates with this. Oh, you just peeked that up real quick. Okay, good, perfect. The birth rate for teen mothers aged 15 to 29 declined 57% from 2000 to 2016.
15 to 19. You said 29. 15
I mean, between ages 15 and 19 declined.
Yes.
7% from 2000 through 2016. During this time, the role for young adolescent mothers aged 10 to 14 also declined. Okay,
that's the CDC.
According to the CDC. Okay, so
before that it was high.
What happened? So before that was higher. So what happened from
Much
2016 to 2023? Did it raise back up again? Because 2016 is a long time ago. What happened from 2016 to now?
Abstinence of birth control. Abstinence of birth control. Sorry.
You have what Star Child is saying.
Okay.
You have girls having babies and their parents taking care of them like they're their babies, and so this becomes normal now. It's normalized now. You can just like you said, and then they have 6 to many babies, and she's not taking care of it, so she could just think she could just keep having babies,
and there's no problem.
Yeah,
exactly.
The whole thing is you can't you know like the
And also, here's another problem in our community. Some of these parents, some of these parents are letting the girls, they're getting pregnant in the house when they're not working, when they're not being productive. How is you getting pregnant and you living in your mama's house? Where is you fucking at?
Yep.
When
In
your
the
mama
bedroom.
go to work, because
Let me
their
bring
mama,
it
the
back to
problem is this: either their mama go to work or their mama go to their man house to do her thing. So there's always time. Remember, kids are gonna sneak around. Kids are gonna be
I
the
get
kids
it, but I'm just saying.
all the
Do you see
damn
that? Do you see that? Do you see?
Oh,
It's a hamster wheel, though. You see what I'm saying?
And
So
we're
if it's a
going to add
hamster
to this
wheel,
hamster wheel the fact that they're having parties now because reveal
Yeah.
parties are all the rage. So not only can you keep having babies at, let's say, 17, 18, and your
But
parents
we
support
reward
you,
you.
they can keep having parties and putting it on social media so they can get more likes. And it's now,
oh, you
How
know what the
many of
new
y'all
thing is now? I found
what
out
happened is
about.
this? Listen, they get paid for this shit because see, this is the problem. Let's let's put it like this when it comes to that type of shit. The thing is, we need welfare reform. Okay, so let me break this down real quick. Welfare reform proposition. If you have one child, we'll help you for 5 years. No, make it 6 years. Okay, the average person go to school 4 years. We'll pay for your little college, whatever. Go to school 4 years, get a degree or something. Make something of yourself. Learn how to make some fucking money. We'll give you an extra 2 years to find a job, but after that, we'll let you file for a 1 year extension. But after that, it's a wrap because you got to move out and let the next person into the system because we're overloaded, right? So what I'm saying, listen, this is just my word. This is my proposition. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. This is my proposition because you can't have people on public assistance for 30 years and have a nigga like Smoke pay high taxes to afford this shit. And the only reason why you're having more and more children is because you're being incentivized. So, for example, if they say we'll give you $500, a free apartment, and some food stamps if you have one kid. If you have two kids, we'll give you 700. If you have three kids, we'll give you 900. What if they say if you have one kid, we'll give you 500. If you have two kids, we'll give you 500. If you have 50 fucking kids, we're still going to give you the same 500 and you make it work because you need to make better life decisions because you shouldn't be reproducing at such a high rate and you can't support them. Okay, because
but you
that's a
can't
part
have
of making
abortion.
good decisions. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm just saying because listen, there's every place I've visited around the world does not offer social services. Okay, this is
Correct.
America, and you fucking people are lucky. And I'm talking y'all. I'm talking you people are lucky out here. Okay, because in other places that shit don't exist.
No, it don't.
The
That's
way
why
I
they
see
come
it
here.
is for people that pay high taxes like myself, why the fuck am I incentivizing you to do this? And the second half is how can you be on that shit for 30 years? That's a career. Like I said before, a nigga could work 20 years and retire from a job. How the fuck are you getting a public assistance for 30 years? It's insane to me. There should be a limit to this shit, and we shouldn't be increasing it because you're having more children. You should learn how to budget shit. Number one, I'm just saying it should be child support, whatever from the father. If the situation didn't work, he's supposed to hold down half, and you need to do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, like the country's on fire. We can't afford to do this anymore.
Yeah.
The country can't afford to do this. It's bad. The trailer parks are overloaded. Like you're cutting $1 billion worth of money to fucking trailer parks every
The
year. So
only
you
person
and
you're punishing is the girl.
well, why is the girl is making the decision that's bad? The girl should not.
We can't
The girl
have
should say, no,
abortions
time out,
anymore.
time out, time out. Well, that's as of today, but we're talking about this problem that existed in the country before the Roe versus Wade was overturned, right?
So between
This country, wait, time out,
2016,
time out. This is before the overturning of this, like whatever. Number one, you should be responsible. We're not punishing. Nobody's being punished, but it's more like you call it punishment. I call it being held accountable for your actions. Okay. Even though it takes two to tangle, it's called accountability, not a punishment. So for example, I commit a crime, I go to jail. It's a punishment. I'm punished because I was not holding myself accountable for my fucking actions and I made a bad decision. Okay. So I had to be held accountable by somebody else. And that was deemed as a punishment because I wasn't happy that somebody else had to be responsible because I wasn't accountable for my shit. That's technically what that translates to if you think about it. So basically, you make one mistake. You make two mistakes. You make 3 mistakes. You make 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're gonna keep rewarding you for this shit. No, you fail if you fail the test 2, 3 times. We don't keep fucking rewarding you for your failure and your inability to be accountable for what the fuck you doing. You understand what I'm saying?
What about the men?
When I was young, when I was in my 20s, yeah, the same thing for the men. They both fucking up the game because number one,
So what happens? So what happens when a dude has 3 girls pregnant at the same time,
like
and
this.
he's in the child support system with 3 different chicks? What do you do to him?
Well, put it like this: you try to hold him accountable, but the problem is this: women, unless you're a situation of an assault or something like that, the woman is the one that lets the man in. I'm not blaming it all on women.
Oh.
Listen, unless it's a sexual assault. So wait. You just fall on the dick? What the fuck are you telling me? I'm just walking
So
down
y'all
the
don't
street.
have gift the gab. Y'all don't entice the women. Nobody entices the women to have another baby. They just keep having
No,
babies.
it takes 2 to tangle. Both are responsible. Hear me out.
Only the girl gets punished.
2 to tangle. Both parties are responsible, but the woman, unless she's the victim of a sexual assault, the woman lets the man have sex.
Okay, so you working in front of the court office.
X, whether you like it, whether you admit it
Wait
or
a minute,
not.
no smoke. So you work in the front of the court office, and you see the same nigga on 4 different court cases for 4 different chicks.
You know what?
Don't you pull him in the office and put out a warrant for his arrest? Don't you put out a warrant for his arrest?
There are dudes who have actually been arrested for that.
Listen, those guys, dudes do get arrested for that. And those dudes are just as wrong. But you have to remember, 4 different women opened their legs to him. So 4 different women decided. 4 different women gave them.
So he doesn't have. So he let.
So body. So whatever you have to say, the bottom line is this: you women control access.
You women? You women?
Nah, but
the women control
not
access.
for nothing. If you're a dude who's criminal
inside of them, men
not for nothing. If you're a dude who's constantly,
but the woman says no, sir, no, sir. How many men did you say no, sir? You can't have my pussy, right? But the men that you allowed to. The men that you did give it to.
Y'all believe this dude alone. I was gonna say something. You gotta dig yourself in a hole, bro. Just go
niggas be capping, and I get tired of that shit. It gets aggravating. Both parties are responsible, like I said. But ultimately, the woman lets the man penetrate. Let's fucking keep it real.
Why? Why? Just because
Why? Because she has the opening and he has the other thing that goes inside the opening. That's why.
I'm sorry.
She opens it too.
As a fact that there have been times I didn't want to give it to no guy, and we ended up having it anyway.
Did they take? They stole it? Was it stolen?
Bro.
If it wasn't stolen or physically taken, which is a crime,
it is not a
crime.
crime.
It to someone, right or wrong? You invited someone in. It's like you open your door and you invite someone in. Listen, a lot of people knock on the door. Nah, sorry. You're gonna let somebody in, but you open the door for somebody to come in. At that point, you both become
woman can only have 1 baby every 9 months. A man can impregnate a woman every day for 30 days if he wants to.
Well,
what about holding him accountable for his penis too?
He won't be held accountable.
Enough to have 30 women open his legs for him in 30 days. That's
women
more
are having
power
the
to
babies
him.
and they're being punished because they can't get welfare because they're having babies. So that's therein lies that.
So you don't hold him accountable for impregnating 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 women, and you see him you see the same dude in the child support
both
office.
Accountable. I said they're both accountable, but you hold the key to who enters your body. It's your body and your choice who enters you, like it or not.
Guys don't match to girls.
So I choose who I can enter. I choose if I can walk down the street. Oh, this bitch bad. I'm a fuck.
Guys never
enter her. What are you telling me? What are you telling me right now?
So what about the dude? So what about the dude who knows he got 2 girls pregnant and he out here still fucking?
Well, he's reckless, and the 2, 3 girls that opened their legs for him and got pregnant by him allowed him to enter their body. Their body and their choice. If he took it,
how do they know that though?
I don't care what they know. That's between her and him.
You
problem
can't.
is this what you're overlooking. All I'm
Oh
saying,
man, why he?
time out. You wasting my time now.
See,
I'm gonna end this stream. You wasting my
brother
time now
man,
talking
brother
that crazy
man.
shit. I'm asking you a yes or no fucking question because y'all getting this is turning into Cap City right now. Do you allow the man to enter you? Do you allow access to you? Do you control who enters your body or not? Who you give your sex to or not? Do you decide who you give your sex to, or does the man decide who gives your sex, who takes your sex? Yes or no? Do you decide who you give your coochie to or fucking not? It's not a trick question.
It is a trick question
up here.
It is
Yeah.
a trick
Okay.
question. And your end,
Ronnie-
it don't look like a trick question, but our end as females, it is a trick question.
You don't always get the full story, Smoke. I told you a very personal story
Right. Okay,
about my last child's father. He
I
didn't tell me
get
the
it.
whole truth about what the fuck he had going on.
But you chose to sleep with this man. Stop it, y'all. Whether he was honest to you or whether he was deceitful to you, I know he was deceiving you. But you still liked him enough to indulge in relations with him. You chose to give it to him. He wanted it because any man can walk down the street, you're walking down the street and they'll want you. But ultimately, you decide who you give it to.
You know
Whether he's
what?
lying to you, I'm saying, listen, I'm not saying he was because he was foul. He had 20 other women pregnant. He lied to you. He deceived you. He did this and that. But you thought he was attractive enough to sleep with. That's the bottom line because the women control access to sex. What are we doing here?
This is our fault. If we control this whole narrative, if we as women, this is always our fault and us controlling the number.
It's
of
not
kids.
your fault. It's not
And
your fault.
we get to, let's say, daughter or son number 3 or 4 or 5.
How about birth control? It's called birth control. Birth
We
control.
should always have
No.
and then we should always have condoms because not everybody can have birth control. And if we get pregnant by said dude, even though he keeps coming to
All
my
right,
house,
it's the man's fault. You're right. You're
and
right.
it's my fault.
No,
And
Time out. I'm done.
Because in other countries,
3 hours. We're
they have
done.
many kids and they
It's 3
don't have a
hours,
skin
we're
problem,
done.
even though they don't have access to birth control like we do.
It's 3 hours later. This
have
conversation
many-
is done.
Listen, you said it's
been great.
50-50. You can't say it's 50-50, then say mostly it's the women's fault. You can't do that.
No, we're gonna blame it all on the men. Let's blame it on the men, man.
It's
Fuck.
it's
We're not saying to blame it on the men.
no, that's what he said. It's just a 50-50 situation. That's all it is. A concept of bad decisions. That's all it is. Bad decision making. That's all it is.
man.
That's all if we fall into the situation. If
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
And
like
it's
you
true.
said, what you are
You gave him your
agreeing
coochie,
on,
man.
what
That's it.
we are agreeing on, right?
Stupid.
What
Yeah.
we are agreeing on is if we choose
You
who
lied.
goes inside of us,
Yeah.
we're
It's a
agreeing
yes
on
or no
that.
question. I
Then
don't know
we
why we
will
talked for 20
agree.
minutes about this. It was a yes or no question. Like all I did was
Let's
ask.
say we
Smoke.
agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Y'all looking at me crazy, but I'm just asking. It was just a yes or no question. We didn't even have to go this
Because
far.
we
with
were
it.
telling you that it's from female perspective, it's not a yes or no answer, but you can't accept that.
It's not.
Okay. All right. So I decide, you know
Okay,
what?
so
When I
let's
go
just say-
outside and see the next bad
so
chick, I'm gonna
say-
decide I'm gonna beat, and I'm gonna
Let's
beat.
just say, go what you're saying for
She
the
doesn't decide who beats. I
we,
decide. who
but
beats.
let's just say, right, if you are, let's just say you're right. Let's just say we are, if we're the ones that choose who goes into us, we only make that choice. So we should decide whether we have these kids or not. Okay. And if
You
we
get
get
the choice.
to
Well,
kids
you had the choice before.
let's say we get to kid 4 or 5, since we having these kids, we having it with this no good guy,
Mhm.
we should either bear the brunt of the responsibility of having a kid and make ourselves better and force ourselves to be better, right? Or go to school. So we have to force ourselves to go to school and force ourselves, because we can't get welfare according to you, because we keep having these kids by this no good guy.
Why
So we
would you
can't-
have 4 or
yeah,
5 kids from a no good guy? Is the fucking main question. The
Okay, so we
decision
have to
making
force
the accountability is what we keep circling back to. Jesus. He's reckless and you're reckless. You two reckless motherfuckers, and you weren't meant to be together. Cut this shit out. Like, listen to me. Listen. When it comes to the and damn, all I did is try to lay out. All I try to do is lay out a quick welfare reform solution, and this goes off the hinges.
You know what
Look,
happens
the
to
thing is
reform
this,
solutions?
if you listen, number
People who
one,
need it is the ones who get the axe and get the brunt of it. when you
Okay.
have those solutions.
Yeah.
But if you keep having babies with bird chest boys with guns, okay, not baby number 1, not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How can you say, yo, Smoke, you need to pay high ass taxes to because I decided to have motherfucking 4 more bird chest baby boys with guns from one bird chest boy with a gun? It makes no sense because you needed to say, you need to realize, like, you know what, this nigga ain't gonna help. He's not gonna ever do nothing with his life. He's not gonna be a good father. I need to stop reproducing with this man because he's not doing what the expectation was, right? So I shouldn't reproduce with this man anymore.
Yeah.
But you choose to keep dealing and reproducing with this guy. So why should I have to pay higher taxes because you keep choosing to have children? I myself coming up said, shit, man, I didn't have children when I was younger. You know why? Because I couldn't afford it. And that was, quote unquote, a responsible, accountable fucking decision I chose to make. You understand? Because I can't afford this shit. That's why I didn't do it. But other people that can't afford it just say, fuck it, I'm going to just do it. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck because it's going to be free. So that's crazy to me. And that's just my thought process. So it's not that serious.
So,
It's just
but
my
we're
thought
also giving
process.
you
Like, I had to exercise discipline because I couldn't afford it. You understand what I'm saying? Because men are not afforded the fucking luxury to get help.
We're also
If I
giving
don't
you
take care of my children, I lose my license and I go to jail. If you don't take care of your children, you get welfare, a free apartment, a whole bunch of food stamps, and a whole bunch of other good shit. What the fuck? Makes no sense to me.
What we're trying to do is give you also another thought process that, you know,
different viewpoints.
I understand the viewpoints, but the laws and what it is clean cut and black and white. It is
No,
what
they're not.
it is. Yes, it is. Men are not on welfare. Men are not getting public assistance. If you don't pay child support, they do take your license and then eventually put you to fucking jail.
No, that is not true.
In different
That is
states, in different states.
not true.
Now, in different states, that does happen. That
Google
does
that,
happen.
That is not
motherfucker.
true. That
It don't happen
Google
to
it.
everybody, but in certain
it
places,
do not happen to
Google that,
everybody. Thank you.
Brony,
Thank
Google
you.
that
The
shit.
law
You
said, no. I understand what you're
Okay.
saying,
Oh,
that the
okay.
law
Uh-oh.
says that it should be this way. But the fact of the matter is, for the there's a majority of people out there who owe so much money in child support.
She's right.
And not in jail.
Yeah,
she's right.
They
But there are
working?
dudes, they
They
do have
working?
that. They do have that in writing that if you don't pay, they'll pull your license, they'll put you in jail, they pull your taxes, all that. T-Roni, drop that CDC message at the bottom. We can't see JoJo's face; he's being hid.
He has
that's you. That's you. That's you. Hold on, that's you.
I'm
That's
here.
you.
I'm here.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you good. Honestly, those child support laws, T-Roni, those are solid. I know North
No,
Carolina.
I know they are solid.
Yeah.
I don't mean that is being handled. They can have a law enacted, but that doesn't mean it's being implemented.
It's being enforced.
Let's talk about the number of people, of men out there who are not paying child support.
Yeah, there's a ton of motherfuckers. You ain't
Rats
lying.
Or dancing around.
Damn,
Yeah.
much
that's a bunch of niggas
and are
that
not in
They
jail.
got
running.
access to women for no reason. That
They
sucks.
running.
Okay, that don't tell me that's
Yeah.
that is
Damn, why do
that's
those
nothing
niggas get all that pussy? Is what I'm wondering because they wasn't shit.
But
God
there is
damn,
one. There's
good
there's
guy. That's
Michigan's
got laid a
crazy
whole
law. There's
fucking lot
Michigan's
more.
crazy law.
All these whack niggas getting all the pussy. Jesus Christ.
All
that
the way.
They got Michigan's crazy law, man, where
niggas
even
get
if
all
it
the
ain't
pussy.
yours, you gotta pay, man.
That's some bullshit.
Well, you
If
know
you're
why?
married, if you're married,
Yeah.
Damn,
if
that's
you're married.
crazy. Yeah.
And common law can't count against you too.
But
If
is that
even
is
if
that right?
you're in most states, if you're married and she has a baby, even if they prove it's not your
Another
husband,
nigga?
he's still responsible
They
because you
don't
were
do that
married.
shit. I've seen them try to do it in
man.
Alabama. Fuck my
Yo,
head.
yeah.
We talked about that on your broadcast one time.
That's fucked up,
We
man.
talked
You
about
think
on your
that's right,
broadcast one
nigga?
time.
That joint-
I was in the courtroom and I saw
How
the
you
lady
letting
try to get
niggas
child support from the dude because they was married, but they weren't his kids. But since he had been there, she wanted child support because of
Yes.
the household he provided.
Yeah.
Because
That's
they
why
were married.
She bought in, right? She bought in those kids, right?
he had the kids before their
Yeah.
relationship.
He had the kids.
Then
before.
when they was about to get a divorce, she wants him to pay child support for the kids that wasn't even his. Ladies,
like
that's why
Timberland
some of these
wife.
dudes ain't moving y'all in because of that bullshit right there.
Timberland wife had to do that too. She was a baby mama. He married her. She got caught sucking a dick. He said, "Fuck you, get out." And then she said, "You got to pay for my son too. That you took care of all these years with your millions and millions of dollars. I'm going to take half of your shit, and you're going to pay child support as well. Ain't that a bitch?"
Disrespectful
Yeah,
as fuck.
and even like I said, even if she gets pregnant, like say she has like say y'all are like legally separated but still legally married, and she fucking with another nigga and she gets pregnant by that nigga, but y'all are still legally married. He still has to pay because he's still legally your husband.
Yeah.
And is that right? Is the question. That's
No,
fucked
that
up.
ain't right.
You know why? Because men get fucked and women get all the free shit. And that's the end of the story. God damn it. You get it. And I'm not mad at y'all either. I'm not mad.
Who clapping? Okay.
I
ain't clapping. I ain't clapping.
Y'all get all the free shit. We get screwed. Like I can't shit, man. I can't be a single dad and apply for welfare. Gonna look at you and say, "You a man? Get a fucking job."
They look at you and say, "Get your own shit. You know how to take care of yourself." That's
Get
what
out
they
the
do.
way. There's a lady in line behind you that could really
Yes.
use some help. Get
Yes.
the fuck
Well,
away.
I will say this because I have
good,
never
man.
been a part of the friend of the court system or child support. But I will say this. I will say this to you though.
That nigga to the cleaners because he deserved
I will
it.
I will say this though, Smoke. I told you the story. I told you all the story about my last daughter and how how disgusting her father was. He's the type of dude.
You should have been paying child support. Fuck that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But even though there's an order, he still doesn't pay it. But I don't worry about it because I know how to fucking hustle. Understand?
Yeah.
And I didn't go after him personally for that. The state of Michigan did that on my behalf.
That's cool.
I went about my motherfucking business.
That's the right thing. I'm not saying a nigga not supposed to pay child support. I'm not saying a man is not supposed
No,
to.
but when you're talking about making bad decisions and giving whack niggas pussy, when whack niggas don't tell, you know what I'm saying? When they put you in fucking positions. What?
I say they don't say they whack when they about to fuck.
No, see.
No,
I'm joking, man.
No,
I'm
it's
joking.
true.
I'm being silly. Come on, man.
No, you are
Nah, man, because
this Sunday Night Smoke, we talking about the gray areas. We all grown folks here.
Yeah,
right?
of course they don't say they're gonna be a deadbeat dad later.
They also don't fucking tell you they married either. They also don't tell you they married.
No, some of y'all don't either.
For real though. You goddamn right about that.
I'm not even being funny. I'm sorry. Some of y'all don't either.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Y'all the biggest freaks in the bedroom, but y'all got somebody y'all going home to. Hell no, we don't trust y'all.
Remember that podcast? Last year, she was like, well, if I cheat, I won't suck his dick. You know, I let him get some from behind. But I won't come in my face, you know. But
no,
you know,
they'll suck. They just won't swallow.
Well, you already halfway there.
You know what I'm saying? Spitters or quitters.
Yeah, right. Shit, don't be a quitter. Go for it. But she was like, he can't come in my face. I won't take a dick in that. So she was like,
spitters or quitters. Who wants that?
You get smashed from behind, which is what most dudes only want anyway.
Look at JoJo's face. He's like, what the fuck, dog?
JoJo, chill, bro.
Welcome to Sunday night,
Oh,
JoJo.
I forgot JoJo's
I'm saying, like, I didn't want to. I don't know what like.
Stay clean, maintain the
There
clean.
you go.
Get him where you fit in, JoJo.
I'm not gonna laugh. I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna stay my ass right here.
No, get him where you fit in, JoJo. We wild like this every Sunday. This is what we do.
Nobody will tell you laughing. Just mute your mic. Nobody can tell you laughing.
Fucking guy, you can't on your face so I can watch your ass. I know what you're doing over there, JoJo. I know you're trying to hold it back.
Yeah, thank you.
Trying to hold what back? The laughter? Just go ahead and let it out.
Joe is the clean guy here. He's keeping it real clean Christian fun, unlike Sierra. Okay, this is my man.
Again, you gonna circle back to that Smoke? Hey, Squirrel, what is wrong with you tonight?
You can't go back there, man. We passed that, man. We
passed on Russ, man. I used to like.
And JoJo, why you up here with us? If you're gonna be a little church boy, we get down up here.
I'm not trying to be a church boy. I'm just listening to Smoke. It's been a while since I talked to Smoke, so I'm kind of trying to readjust to his whole thing all over again. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
So hold up. It's been a minute, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. Hold on. Let me come to the release party for friends.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you had time at the end because I probably
go for it. No, we always got time for that.
On March the 31st, if you're in the DC area, there's this rapper, female artist. She does hip hop, go. You know, she's an MC. She's having her album release party. This is, I think, her third or fourth album, and it's going to. It's you can RSVP for free. The album release party is free. So just go to the website, click the link, and see you there. The Blue Oyster in DC.
Oh hell no! That's that shit from Police Academy. Get the fuck
Hell
out.
yeah, no.
You didn't even know that. What are you talking about?
It's a gay boy on the Police Academy.
Academy movie. Get
Look at the police captain caught up in that bad
like
boy.
that, huh?
Oh,
Are you serious?
I don't know.
You never saw Police Academy?
I've seen it, but I don't remember like
You don't
all
remember that? When they went to that one club and all the dudes in
Jesus.
there dancing in the biker outfits?
Put them in a gay bar, man.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's the wrong place anyway. It's called the Union.
Yeah, exactly. That's where they sent the Police
Yeah.
Academy niggas to.
yeah.
They go to the Blue Oyster Cafe, man. It's
Oh
fucking-
my god.
We pulled up to it's crazy. There's
Yeah.
But
one of the
anyway,
most
click if
confusing
you would
things
like to go. If
ever.
you're in DC on March 31st,
Okay.
yes, click the link. March 30th. March 30th at
See, Ronnie, you be doing some cute stuff. I wish I lived closer. You be doing some live shit. I wish I could come.
So I just did the Capitol reveal party for LGBTQ, the mayor's office of DC, and had a reveal party to reveal their theme. So I'm gonna give more details.
They reveal exactly. You just curious. I'm trying to redeem myself for those people just for making the gay jokes. So now I gotta be all inclusive now and shit. You want to show us some pictures or something from the reveal party? Or
It's on Instagram. Follow my Instagram at
Yes, I saw those. They were cute.
You saw it.
You look so pretty.
Thank you.
Type it in the chat room. You type in IG in the chat also.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, man.
Reveal party. Oh, boy. That sounds interesting.
Nah, I mean, and that's just what it was on the movie. I know what's going on in today's society and this happened. All right, cool, but everybody gonna be like, "Whoa, wait a minute, that's this spot," because everybody remember from the movie. That shit was
Name, forget that name, bro. That name.
that name was done. That name was done. Hey, yo, T. Roney, let me help you out. You would have came out better call it saying you're gonna meet us at Club Wet.
That's what it's called? I don't know nothing about that.
You don't know nothing about that one?
No.
Okay, you haven't partied in DC. I heard about it. They told me don't go there.
Club Wet?
Yes.
Let me look this up. Hold on.
Down there by Double Nickel.
Oh, man.
Is that with one or two T's?
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
They said don't go to that spot. They
You'll
said
go to
anybody
warm up
invites you
when you
there.
go
My homeboys told me anybody invites you there, don't go there. I said that's what I
Oh,
need to know.
yeah. Yes, it is. It's a gentleman.
Mr. B. My man.
It's-
Listen, they got one for all dudes. They got one next door for all women. And we kept going down to Double Nickel.
Oh, man.
Double Nickel was dope, by the way. Shout out to Double Nickel in DC. Word.
Shout out to DC, man. Chocolate
Oh,
City.
man.
Double Nickel, Club Ecstasy. Word.
Wow, man. Oh, man.
Y'all gonna make me come to the East Coast this summer.
Yo, you need to. East Coast is popping.
East Coast be popping.
Better than
Well,
anytime.
you have to, one of y'all has to give me a reason. I mean, I don't just come. I don't really have no reason to come to the.
I ain't got travel money. It costs too much to travel these days. All these hotels are
It
ridiculous.
does. The hotels are so
Hotels
expensive.
be
Really? Are you serious? Is that bad?
$100 hotels and shit.
Yeah, man.
You know what? I
was
might have
looking
to. I
at-
might have to holler at one of my travel agent friends and see if they can't find me.
You know what? I'm gonna help you out. You better holler at your sorors and get the hookup. You get out better that way.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna need you to think about that. As much as you establish yourself, I'm gonna need you to focus.
That's true.
Okay, you're right.
I'm gonna need you to focus.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
And then the organization that you told me you were just in, that you're not in no more, that you probably still be a part of because you have redeemed yourself. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, man.
Yeah.
Because I know who they are.
I am also a Delta. I guess I should be using my.
That's the first one that I was talking about. The second one talking about that you were just telling us about 30 minutes ago. I'm gonna need you to
Jack and Jill.
Yes, I'm gonna need you to refocus. Let me find out you can't get something as a member of that organization or even a former member.
No,
of it.
well, the thing is, you have to re-up, and I never put my kids in it. I do have legacy, but I never put my kids in it though.
My points exactly.
Mm.
Wherever you can't go is your own fault, from what I understand.
Okay.
Tell me I'm lying.
I just want the
Well, I
hookup.
see.
with
I don't
the
know. I don't know how the Jack and Jill thing works because, like I said, I didn't put my kids in it, but I do have legacy. But I don't know how that works, so I really don't. I have to look at the bylaws. I honestly don't. Now, me being a Delta, I should have thought about that a long time ago. I might have to reach out and touch some people, but I could probably do a couple things.
And I know a bunch of your sorors. I don't know what you're doing. I know a bunch of your sorors. You forgot I went to HBCU. I know a little bit of everybody.
I didn't go to HBCU. I didn't pledge to the HBCU.
It doesn't matter.
HBCU
doesn't matter.
Ain't it
And
universal? It
matter
don't
of
matter
fact,
where you're from, right? If you're in a sorority, it doesn't matter whether you.
No, it doesn't matter.
No,
It does not matter at all.
And Smoke, I didn't mean to cut y'all off.
WBCU.
I didn't mean to cut you up, but I want to tell you, you should have seen that story they got in Florida. How they're going to take the black sororities and fraternities off of the college campuses, and they about to tear the.
No, I've heard about it. My son is.
Yes.
Wow.
All right. Give me a quick rundown on that. If y'all got a few minutes.
He's passing a law to get the black fraternities and sororities off of college campuses in the state of Florida, and that's some bullshit.
He basically wants
Just
he
black
basically
or
wants
white or just black or all.
Just black is what I saw.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. What he's trying to do is dismantle the Pan-Hellenic councils, and so what the Pan-Hellenic councils are for is to make it like the Pan-Hellenic council is not just the Divine Nine. The Pan-Hellenic council is the council for all of them, especially if you're going to a PWI.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's trying to do is dismantle the Pan-Hellenic council to make it illegal for Divine Nine organizations to form,
which is fucked up. Which is fucked up.
Because on PWI campuses, Divine Nines had to petition to get their charters and become part of the Pan-Hellenic Council. So if he dismantles the Pan-Hellenic councils, they won't have a right to be there anymore.
Wow. Weird.
Which is why on most PWI campuses, you don't see Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity houses, why you don't see the Qs having a fraternity house, because they're not covered under those charters, and also because of redlining, they wouldn't allow those organizations to even buy property.
Which is fucked up. Which is fucked up. Matter of fact,
because they knew that those fraternity houses.
You're black. You can't buy a black frat house because you're black.
Yes, because you have to remember too, it's not just the realty. It also takes away the dorm fees, because now those members can live in those houses.
Yes, exactly.
For free.
Instead of in the thing,
Yes.
Instead of in the dorm, it's
Yes.
one property. Got a
Yes.
bunch of like
a lot of
animals.
these college campuses can't have the black fraternity sororities can't have frat houses on campus or anywhere nearby, because if they do,
can't.
they've been threatened by the Klan that they will get burned the fuck down.
Well, of course, and that's what I'm saying, especially on PWI campuses. And of course, HBCUs don't have the real estate to allow them to put, because people say, well, why don't the HBCUs just, because they don't have the real estate. If you ever go to an HBCU campus and see where they are, they're very enclosed spaces. They're not in places where you could even, you know what I'm saying? These areas weren't in the city like it is now. People forget that part too. When the AIU complex was first formed, that was all residential. It wasn't city like it is now.
The AAU is what you're talking about in Atlanta.
Well, the Atlanta, the AIU campus, it wasn't what it is now. It was all residential. That was a very high end area. It wasn't hood like it is now. Not at all.
Let me ask y'all a question. As far as when you said getting it burnt down by the Klan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all ever wonder when you see the Klan and they got the fucking the torches and all that shit? They all in sheets. Why these motherfuckers never caught on fire like a good breeze at nighttime? Like you in sheets and shit, but you carry.
We would like to know.
And you in flammable gear.
KRS-One had a very
on fire by mistake. Like we're gonna go grab the nigger, and they start running after the nigger, and then the flames go on their ass, and they catch on fire. Like,
Django probably, even though Django was not supposed to be funny, that's probably one of the funniest scenes in that movie.
Oh man, like
KRS-One made a very valid argument. He said he can tell you where everything the Black Panthers ever had was that it's all red and bloody everywhere. But who's dry cleaning the outfits for the Klan? Because they pressed as fuck.
I don't know, but for $40 a pop, I ain't fucking with that.
It's $40 for a sheet.
You can get $40 dry clean.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's dry clean. Oh, I thought you meant the price of the sheet.
No, you have to remember these are satin sheets, my nigga. These are satin sheets.
I know. On some real talk.
Dry clean 3 hoods. We'll dry clean 1 for free.
I've been in worlds where I had to see stuff like Nazi paraphernalia and things like that, and they are of very good quality. I will say
They
that.
are. They're thick. It's soft.
Yes.
You niggas picked some good cotton for them.
This fucking guy.
Jesus Christ. Talking about top quality KKK and Nazi gear here.
Well, here, okay, I will give you some background for that. I'm reading a book right now that I have in my possession. It's called The Provincials. It is a historic study of Southern Jews. It's by his name is Eli something. He did this, and I didn't even realize there's such a thing as a
Southern black Jews or Southern white Jews?
Southern black Jews. I didn't even realize such a thing existed.
Yeah,
But
originally
yeah,
black.
well, no,
Technically. I mean, not technically.
I'm talking
Allegedly.
smoke.
Go ahead. You said something about Jews. I asked whether they were
I
black.
said
You
he was
said-
doing he anyway. It's called The Provincials, and he was talking about Southern black Jews, and I didn't even realize such a thing existed. His family was based in North Carolina, so he talked about the development of Duke University, the Duke family, how it was all based on tobacco, and how the whole entire city was in Duke University. The whole thing was based on tobacco sales and black people, and how they divided the town up and how they were considered ghetto and stuff. And then he's talking about Atlanta. So I didn't even know that there was a whole bombing even before they started bombing black people. What happened in Atlanta? They bombed a synagogue, and that's what caused the uproar in Atlanta and started. See, Tony, they bombed the synagogue.
I don't know
When
about
was
this.
this?
Hold on, let me get the book.
Hold on. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, because we're gonna go down a whole other rabbit hole with this right
We
here.
all go down no rabbit hole. 3 or 4.
Word.
Oh shit! Like we're gonna go down a whole nother rabbit hole
It's
with
called
this.
okay. So I got the book right here. It's called The Provincials by Eli and Evans. Okay, it's called A Personal History of Jews in the South. Okay,
Okay.
so
You know what?
wait a minute.
I may have to hold this, man. This may be.
So wait a
this may
minute.
be
So wait a
episode.
minute.
We may have to get on another episode with this.
I'm trying to
So
tell
wait a
you.
minute. So
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on. So
Synagogue.
yes, hold on.
Tell me
Because
quick. Yeah,
the one chapter is called Israelites and the Ex-Slaves. So
Yeah.
hold on, just 1 second. Hold on, just 1 second.
This damn woman. You say hold on one more damn time. You're gonna be another
Yeah,
episode.
we're gonna keep holding on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Hold on.
That's gonna be the hook to my new record.
You know what?
Niggas is crazy.
You know what? Y'all motherfuckers make my nerves bad from time to time.
I know it's get bad watching you blink when you get intense with your
Yeah,
story.
man. I just put my sheet hood in the queue. Check 'em out.
You said what?
I just put my sheet
I'm
hood in the queue.
gonna stop messing with you. Go ahead, lady.
Y'all make me sick for real.
This should be a roller coaster. This shit is like a roller coaster ride. This is entertainment.
Okay,
At its core.
hold on.
Absolutely.
It's an emotional roller coaster. It's like
Okay.
family Thanksgiving.
Oh, there was also
Sunday night.
they also lynched a Jew.
Oh hell no! Don't be talking about that shit. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
hold
got-
on.
I think that personal.
Okay, so the bombing happened in 1950. I want to say 1954, and before that, there was a lynching. They lynched a Jew, and they had to get his body out. So it made Atlanta. So that's why Atlanta was so neutral. And then when Mayor Hartsfield took over when Maynard Jackson was the deputy mayor. This is right before, Mayor Hartsfield arrived at the temple, and this is when Mayor Hartsfield was still there. Maynard Jackson at this point was the deputy mayor. This was I'm trying to find the year. 1958. 1958.
Hold on a second. That's not that long.
1958.
No,
Yeah,
that's
October 12th, 1958. 56 of dynamite blasted a gaping 20-foot hole in the side of the temple, but missed the sanctuary.
1958. We're not too far removed from 1958. There may be some younger people tuning in like, shit, what are you, crazy? That's a
So,
long time
so,
ago.
and it said Mayor Harts, like I said, Mayor Hartsfield, the governor was Marvin Griffin and President Eisenhower. They all came to Atlanta, and like I said, Maynard Jackson was the deputy mayor. At this was the first black deputy mayor, and this was the first. Hartsfield was the first Jewish mayor of the city, and
So
because
that's why
people
they
didn't
named it.
realize he was Jewish. Hartsfield, yeah, they didn't realize he was a Jew.
So y'all know what those two names sound familiar to, right? When you fly in the airport, what's the name of the airport?
Absolutely, Hartsfield Jackson.
Exactly. I was gonna say, ain't that the airport name? Exactly. Oh
And
shit.
so,
Crazy.
and so,
How did we get here? Was this this was part of the banning of the black what's the names, right? This was the part of the banning of the potential banning of black sororities and fraternities in Florida.
because y'all started talking about the Klan and bombings, and I said, well, you know,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
copy.
because either because Maynard Jackson was vice mayor, and the first black senator Leroy Johnson. This was by this time it's 1969.
Leroy, that's a black ass name. Yo,
Before,
Leroy.
and this is right before Maynard Jackson became mayor.
Leroy. So that's to Jackson Hartsfield. Yeah, because that is the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's Hartsfield Jackson.
Yo, fuck it. I'm gonna get my.
And this is like I said, this is right before Maynard. But yeah, but the book is called The Provincials. There was a bombing of a temple, and there's also a lynching of a Jew.
Hold the cover up. The cover of the book. Let's see that shit. One more time. Okay. For those interested out there, you heard.
This is the type of stuff I read at night. Okay.
Listen, ain't nothing. Listen. Knowledge is power. Listen. Let me tell you something, man. Each one teach one. Because this is all new shit to me, so I'm just like, wow, you know, I don't really rock with Georgia or Atlanta like that, but
no, this is the end of the book. The main part of the book was talking about him growing up in North Carolina and learning about how Duke University got established, how the family was basically. They were basically like the Kennedys, but in tobacco. They were like infamous. They was dirty, and how the Jews came here and how they have their own little infrastructure and how they divided the town up and all it just the stuff that I would have never they had temples. Like I didn't. Who knew?
This is just that you don't know because remember, you know, a lot of times, you know, stuff
and
goes.
So
and nobody
there is a chapter called the Israelites and the ex-slaves because
I know about that. Okay.
The regular black people didn't necessarily understand or like the Israelites or the Jews, and so that caused it. And then they said like the black Jesus and the maids and the white Jesus and stuff like that because a lot of the maids knew how to cook Jewish food for the white people, but they wouldn't do it for the Israelites. So that caused a lot of division too.
A hungry man is an angry man. What do you mean you ain't cooking my food right? You gonna get them better food than me. On that note, man, it's 11 o'clock.
It's just a really good book, though. Yeah, he was like you said, he was born and raised in Durham, North Carolina. You know, I read books all the time. I got 2 more books on deck. They say that rich people read an average of 50 books a year, so which means you got to read at least 4 books a quarter.
Shit, I'm poor.
I'm pretty much on target. I gotta play catch up real quick. I gotta read 2 more books before the end of the quarter.
Knowledge is power, man. Salute to the people reading.
Definitely.
Y'all want to give us y'all handles before we slide about this joint? You know what I'm saying? Any last comments on pros and cons? I know we've been all over the place last night, from original Black Jews to getting your fucking KKK hood dry cleaned and pressed for $40 a pop. We've been all over. Bird Chest Boys with Guns. Shootout in Miami. What was it? Shootout at, and I'm not laughing. Rest in peace to the brother that passed, and get well soon to the other brother that's recovering in critical condition for to understand. Shootout at spring break. Like, it's getting wild out there, man. People that are listening and reaching my voice, please be safe out there. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, sometimes these major events, not a good look, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to, the younger generation, because it's a little wilder. You got spring break. Half of them niggas don't even go to college. It's just they the ones that's tearing
A
this
lot
shit
of
up.
the troublemakers don't go to
I'm
college.
pretty
That's a fact.
sure a college student didn't whip out the lami and start flat blasting niggas. Pretty sure that was one of those interstate local goon thug bird chest boys with a gun
Absolutely.
running across state lines. So you guys want to give us any closing statements on the situation? Let us know your channel. Let us know where we can follow you. All that good shit.
T-Ronnie first.
T-Ronnie looking. I always save her for last. I be stretching her out. She has the look on her face like, oh, I'm sleepy. I'm like, man,
Yeah,
we're
she looks a
stretching
little.
this shit
Yeah, she
out.
looks a little stressed out today. You was on one today, Ace
I go
World.
crazy. Nah. You know what it is? Nah, we be arguing back and forth like an old granny couple. Like, nah.
Yeah, you were.
Because number one, you be defending fuckery when it comes to dressing naked. Where's the Sierra?
Whatevs.
Yes, you lucky I took that picture off.
Oh, look at her face. She's like, stop it. Don't start. Don't. It's
You
time.
don't be calling us out like that,
I'm
goddamn
on him
it. I don't
forever.
care
He
what
knows
somebody say.
Yeah.
You looking for
Yeah.
a fucking easy pass to the divorce court doing that shit. Go ahead.
Oh man.
You start first, man. You start first, Mr. B. Where can we follow you? Get in touch with you, all that good ish. I mean, your mic is muted. Let me unmute you. You can unmute Mr. There you go.
I'm here. What happened?
We're gonna say yeah, he was asleep. He was in his zone.
Yeah.
Where can we follow you at? Where can you?
He's
Yeah,
watching.
I know we doing a little longer. Well, see, remember, because he does combat sports, so he's all over. He's got to keep his eye to the prize. He's always giving us the up to date information. I saw you on Belt Kings doing your thing earlier with Tony G.
Yeah.
Good information. Give us give us the channel that you rock with Copenhagen still, of course.
Yeah, I'm still with Cope, man. Cope's Corner MMA, Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch or Twitter, either or. But yeah, I'm on there. I'm on OK Live during the weekends watching the sports. So if you don't want to spend your money, come through and watch some stuff.
What's that? OK Live? What's that?
Yeah, OK Live. OK.live. It's a streaming. It's like like how people use their Twitter or
okay.
Yeah, stuff like whatnot. But it's like it's kind of like Periscope, like how Periscope was.
So you're able to stream your lives. You're able to stream. I don't want to say too much, but you're able to stream your content directly through there. Okay, do me a favor. Drop that in the chat, and I'm gonna post it while other people are giving their information. Also, drop that. Please just drop it in the chat. I'll just throw it on the screen.
All right,
Anybody
cool.
that's interested in combat sports,
Yeah, and if you're trying to,
and
if you're trying to find me on Twitter, at Mr. B, New Year, same B at Mr. B 1986. Yeah.
New Year, same Mr. B. How do I get the? You know what? I gotta figure this out. How do you get the names to come under the bottom of the thing again? I remember it used to work. It don't work no more. Maybe I gotta change the settings. But drop that link for me, Mr. B.
Yes.
And I'm gonna throw that in the joint. Yep, and I'll throw that in the joint.
I got you.
Thanks for joining us once again. I know this was a little wild, a little it's a far stretch from late night parents. Shout out to late night parents. Ted Hicks. Shout out to Foodman Media, Brother Shannon.
Brother Shannon.
Word.
Shout out to Nonsensical Nonsense, Chris Glick.
Glick
Jeff,
Glick on
in
Jeff.
the building.
The homie Shannon.
Network,
Brother Shannon.
Star Child, get at us.
And shout out to Kimmy Kelly.
Link.
Yes, and Kimmy Kelly.
Get well tuned.
You can find me on IG, The Star Child with 2 E's, 2 R's, 226. And you can also find me at The Star Child, it's spelled the same, on TikTok. If you have my Facebook, you got it. If you don't, so
good luck.
But yeah, that's where I usually post at. This is the only place where I do podcasts as of right now. I haven't really put out a lot of content on my TikTok except for personal things, no lives, no reels, nothing like that. I'm working on that. But I'm more comfortable right here. So you can see me here every Sunday. I've been trying not to wild out so much on here, but
Keep
Ace
wild.
World and crew. Be like
wild.
that.
This is what we do. We was wild today. I had y'all on a roller coaster. I see it was getting crazy, but sometimes we just gotta
It be like that sometimes.
Comfort zone. Yeah,
That's
sometimes
what that's what family do. That's what family do.
This was like a wild Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes, it was.
Wow. This shit was like a wild Thanksgiving dinner. I can't even cap. You know, it was kind of crazy. Star Child in the building. Tony D.
Yes, sir.
You want to just give us more? You can give us all 20, or you can just give us the chance.
What I said earlier today. See how they do me?
Yo, this is
all the time, man.
You've been popping, man.
Yo, it's simple for everybody. Follow me on Linktree, Tony D. Original. But if you still got any doubts, damn it, find me on the Sunday Night Smoke podcast with my man Ace World. I'm always up here with T. Ronnie Robinson, Star Child of me, the presence known more than once. My man JoJo is up in here. Holla at your boy. All that good stuff. Follow me on LateNightParents.com. My man Ted Hicks, ways to follow the show. LateNightParents.com. Follow me on Nonsense Podcast with Blick and Jeff Hall. All that craziness. I do my own thing as the random multi-broadcaster. When I tend to do my little music mixes, I might even bring back a character I've done before when I was on a former platform, but I'm taking my time with that. Other than that, I'm all over the place. Facebook,
Salute Bill King.
Bill King's Fantasy Football League. We throw that out and go. I'm gonna send that to YouTube primarily because when I send something to YouTube, it's primarily that. When I do the music, I can't put that on YouTube. But when I do the fantasy football, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. So I'm all over the place. Look for Bill King's Fantasy Football specifically. You should see it pop up. That's my own thing. Ran it with the fellas. We do it as a league. It's not entirely mine, even though I'm the front face. But I'm having fun with it. Appreciate everybody all the time, always. Shout out to all of y'all up in here who know how to act over not knowing how to act and who overcame consequences with how reckless we used to act. Straight up.
And I still don't know how to act, damn it.
Exactly.
T-Ronnie. I got up here, damn near. This is a 4-hour joint right here.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I mean, over here working overtime.
Overtime.
That's so good because it was good
for everybody out here.
I enjoyed myself. T-Ronnie Robinson and T-Ronnie Trinkets. You can best reach me on Instagram, T-Ronnie Trinkets. You can see all my events me there. But I'm always here. Sunday Night Smoke. Sometimes Wednesday, but definitely Sunday Night Smoke. How about you, Ace World?
Ace World.
You can find the Ace in the YouTube space. Right here, Ace Sunday, 7 p.m. ish. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to thank everybody that came through. You know what I'm saying? Definitely salute to the panel. You know, got to shout out to chat room, Charlie B outside. They had that travel.
We got Charlie B.
We had a few people from Belton today.
Travels,
Yeah. So I like to say thanks to everybody for coming through. I like to say thank you, Mr. B, for pulling up on us.
Thank you.
As usual, Tony D, T. Ronnie Robinson. We back at it next Sunday night. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Please like, share, subscribe. Follow the Sunday Night Smoke Podcast on YouTube. Same there. Sunday Night Smoke Podcast on Instagram. And if you'd like to hit us up, show ideas, questions, concerns, hate mail, nasty grams, hit me up, sundaynightsmoke@gmail.com. Holler at us. Thanks for coming through. Let me leave y'all with a promo or two. Let's do it like this.
I don't know what happened, but look, that's gonna be Smoke Sunday Night Smoke Podcast. Go check my boy out. You know what I mean? For sure.
Your show is called the Sunday Smoke Podcast because it don't have nothing to do with it. So I'm keep using smoke, and my podcast is not called a smoke show. My show is called.
You remember this?
It never fails, yo. It never fails.
It never gets old.
Transformed. Like, wait a minute, this sounds familiar.
It's never not funny.
Classic. Tuesday night show is called Sunday Night Smoke.
It's never not funny.
That's what killed me. My Tuesday night show is called the Sunday Night Smoke. I was like, oh my God.
Smoke your hands, smoke will have you forget what day it is out this month.
Oh my God.
Well, love y'all.
Oh.
Oh, man.